I can hear you.
Oh, yo, welcome to the Masters of Modern Monday Night Commander stream. We've
What?
got the full play set here. It's me, your host, Michael Grothy, here with my co-hosts who are definitely lesser than I,
Hello.
Alex Kessler, who you can't hear,
You can hear
and
me
Ben
now.
Bateman, and our lovely producer, Marshall.
Hey,
Woo!
aw, so sweet of you. Lovely.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
love being less
Yeah.
than Michael.
Welcome.
to the
So,
show.
so in the pre-show, before, we were all waiting. We were having a long. People are still shuffling up decks because they didn't receive the homework assignment after 3 weeks of delaying. But we were talking about Artisan and how the 5 colors have been added, and I'm just gonna let that conversation keep happening as people keep getting ready.
Alex, I had a whole deck built, and then today at like 2 o'clock, I had to audible and build a different deck because you told me that you were building the deck that I already was playing.
That is demonstratively the opposite of what happened.
Fair point. It's a fair point.
And I have the Twitter proof to prove it because I am currently playing Jinnie, Faye, Jetmir second, and I posted at like 2 o'clock this afternoon, being like, "Oh, this is my Vigo deck or whatever his name is. What card should I cut?" And then now Ben's playing that, and then Ben was like, "I'm gonna play Rigo." Yeah.
Rigo Star.
Yep. So Ben was like, "I'm gonna play Rigo," as soon like 5 minutes after I posted that on Twitter, and so Ben's playing Rigo, and I'll be
Well,
maybe
Alex,
playing that list next week. And I was
If it makes you feel
motivated.
any better, if it makes you feel any better, I'm the Rigo star of the podcast, which makes you
Carson.
George Harrison. So
I think I feel like Jinnie's definitely the Oko of this situation.
the Oko of the Beatles.
She breaking up Jetmir's whole thing.
Yeah,
So that would make Jetmir John Lennon.
yeah, exactly.
Is
He
Jinnie,
looks like Sean Lennon, does he?
Is Jinnie play the sweet make tokens one?
Yeah, I make cats and dogs.
So funny. That's the two commanders I was looking at were Rigo and Jinnie. I wonder why we were gravitated towards the exact same two.
We hang out a lot.
You're both green-white players at heart.
That's not. I'm a red-white player maybe at heart. I'm not a green-white. Hey, thank you for the
I know,
follow.
I was just kidding.
Oh yeah, I have jammed this with every not creature token maker I could. Not everyone, but a lot of the ones that I could find that were repeatable, that were interesting. So we're gonna see how this goes. Thank you also for the follows on to Tricolore. Ooh, I love a Tricolore salad. I had one last night, right before seeing Multiverse of Madness. It had olives in it though, which was really tilting because olives taste like tires.
What did you think of Multiverse of Madness?
I thought it was dope. I think it's like middle of the pack Marvel movie, which is fine.
That sucks. It feels like they had a lot hinging on it, right? Like this was going to be the thing that ties together this
One of the
phase.
things that is middling of it is that it is not that movie. It is just a movie that is continuing. Now, like, everything is pointing to them setting up Battle World and Secret Wars, or like the 2015 Secret Wars. Like, there's a lot of things pointing to that, and this is another piece of that. But this was not meant to be like this wasn't meant to be like a Avengers Civil War level event movie. When you're watching it, was it advertised as such? Maybe.
I think they were willing to let us believe that that's what it was. I don't
actually. To be honest with you,
Olives absolutely do taste like tires, Carson.
They taste like sweaty tires, but I still love them.
I think what happened actually was that they had this movie in the works for a long time, and they knew, like, okay, this is going to be cool. This is going to feel like it's going to feel. And then I think it was like, wow, this multiverse thing in Spider-Man was like the bee's knees. Everybody thought this was the coolest thing we've ever done. Let's advertise this movie to be like that, and more people will see it.
It was also supposed to come out and be the beginning of the multiverse concept. Like, this movie was delayed. Like, this movie was supposed to come out before WandaVision was supposed to come out, and then Multiverse of Madness was supposed to come out. It was delayed to be this late in the process.
Yeah, I mean, I also think it's like it's kind of tying in like multiverse concepts from WandaVision and
that is
across the Spider-Verse.
That is like the intent of the phase is the multiverse is a thing, and we are going to deal with it. And this is a continuation of that, but more in the way that like Doctor Strange 1 had the Time Stone in it, or
sure,
right, or
this is just a step on the path. It's not
correct.
I also don't know if the MCU totally has one path right now. Like, I think that first run was kind of like, okay, we're doing this thing this way because we know all the movies are going towards this one end point. And I kind of think that we have...
there's like 3 main storylines right now, right? There's Dark Avengers, there's the multiverse problem, and then there's Young Avengers, and probably Dark Avengers and Young Avengers are related.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess the multiverse felt like the biggest thing to me. I mean, there were definitely movies that aren't connecting to it, but Shang-Chi at the end, Wong calls him in through a portal or whatever, and then WandaVision and Loki are both pointing towards multiverse stuff. Spider-Man is doing multiverse stuff, and then this has Wanda in it, and it has Wong in it, presumably after the events of Shang-Chi, and I don't know. It felt like it was going to tie together a bunch of stuff for me.
It doesn't.
I
tie
guess
them,
not.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily tie them together. It just sets up more, which I think is like the bright side of that is I think this is setting up a longer term story versus like this is going to be resolved in the next 4 years. I think this is meant to be like phase 2 of the Infinity Saga, right? Where it's like phase 1 was introducing characters. Phase 2 is now establishing like that there's MacGuffins and all of these things that are going to link together. And then phase 3 was
execute.
Yeah. Hey, EK. We're doing good. We're talking Marvel movies. We're shuffling up cards.
We just like need the attention of the audience to be held until we get to that next endpoint, and I think that is a little bit of a dubious proposition. I mean,
Multiverse of Madness is the 19th most profitable opening weekend of all time. I don't know if it's, and that's without China, or that's just in the U.S.
But but then it definitely fell off very hard the second weekend.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I'm not saying like people are going to stop seeing Marvel movies. I'm certainly going to see them all. I just mean my enthusiasm at the moment for MCU movies is like significantly lower than it was in 2019. Like Phase 4 has been a lot of like effort to stay invested. I think the shows have had a lot to do with it. It's just a lot of effort to like continually care about these things, and like I don't know.
EK, type your opinion or your take. Sorry, keep going, Ben.
Just like to try to stay current, like, and I think that overall the content is still like above average, like overall it's still very fun to watch.
Actually, really quickly, Marshall, I think it's you. We can very verbally hear your water drinking.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yes, I was pouring water a second ago.
It was like it was very gurgly.
But
I'm
anyway.
a thirsty lad.
Hey, that's fair. Hopefully this stream brings the thirst.
What?
I don't know. I just feel like it's not quite as like just like balls to the wall exciting as it was like 3 or 4 years ago. It's like definitely slowed down a little, and I hope they can regain momentum.
I don't know. I think that you have to slow down after Infinity. Like, there's no way to speed up after Infinity War.
Right. True.
Like this does feel like what Alex is saying. This feels like the beginning of Phase 1 or whatever, or like a few movies into Phase 1. Like this is where we're getting like the Avengers 1 or whatever, right after they've done all the solo movies. Which
if anything,
it's just the fact that they're doing it the second time is like
it feels a lot, like almost like Phase 2, right? Because like Phase 1 is like we're establishing that this universe exists. Phase 2 is like, okay, we just had a big event movie. And we need a plan for where we're going. Let's do a big overarching story. Let's like slowly release movies setting up all those pieces. Because like Phase 2 is arguably the worst phase too, right? Like
it's also funny that you're talking about
the swingiest
where it sits in the phase in the phases, and that style wise you would have to compare this movie to Iron Man 3 more than almost any other Marvel movie that's come out. Like it feels so much like it has the stamp of the director all over it, and ultimately is kind of irrelevant. Like, has a lot of the exact same DNA as Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3 was pretty disconnected from the overall story, though, right? I mean, of the
for sure.
full arc.
It was. I guess what I mean is like after Iron Man 3, there's like just not a lot about it that matters, and truthfully,
yeah, like Iron Man 3 felt really, really optional in terms of like if you wanted to watch all the Marvel movies in roughly chronological order, I feel like you could put that on the skip guide,
Iron Man 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. That is
this
not
movie. Even if this movie isn't like a huge linchpin moment, like I thought it was going to be, like from I don't know, the I guess what I made up in my head it was going to be, it still feels like it probably wouldn't be on the skip guide, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that like this movie is important to watch because it carries forward the plot a lot better than Iron Man 3 does. I think also like Shane Black's style, if you don't like Shane Black, ends up just being like generic movie, where like Sam Raimi's style, if you don't like Sam Raimi's style, it's like weird horror movie that you don't like. And if you like Sam Raimi's style, it's like one of the coolest Marvel movies they've made. So it's hard. Also, I don't think Moon Knight is a good example of the secondary carry forward. I think it's Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and Wanda. EK brings up, except instead of Steve Rogers and Tony Stark. But like Spider-Man is a bigger carrying torch character than Tony Stark and Steve Rogers have ever been until 2010. Like
Spider-Man is like the best-selling Marvel character in terms of merch.
It's the best-selling comic book character in terms of merch of all time. Like it even destroys Batman. Now Batman's second. And then it goes Spider-Man, Batman, Hulk, Wolverine, and then the Avengers now. It used to be Superman, and the Avengers have beat them. I also think like there's an argument that maybe it was supposed to be Spider-Man and Black Panther, and regrettably and very sadly, that is not going to be what we get. But
that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Like two major events have happened that I think derailed a little bit of the MCU in general, being an actor passing away, and a major global pandemic that totally shifted the schedule of release of things. And I give some passes, especially with Phase 4 and like having to deal with that. Ben and Michael, you both should. Yeah, there we go. We got Michael. Michael beat Ben. Ben loses. He has to go last no matter what the turn order is for getting here last.
You're saying things that are unfair. I'm just about ready.
Yeah, I don't think Moon Knight was ever intended to be like the lead of this like he would have gotten a movie if that was true, right? Like the character that seems to be tying people together beyond Spider-Man is Doctor Strange, with like maybe Loki and like the Loki and Wanda is
Alec,
like yes.
Do you mind muting yourself on Spell Table?
Did I not? Oh, I muted Spell Table, but didn't mute myself like a monster.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, and if you are right, and they're leading up to like a big Secret Wars where they presumably bring in X-Men and Fantastic Four, which is just a when rather than an if. Yeah, Doctor Strange is going to be really important because he's been important in the Secret Wars storylines in the comics, and he is like the person who is, the person who most interacts with multiversal catastrophe or whatever.
Right. And there is a lot of, and they've introduced new characters, right? Like Thor is still around. Captain Marvel is still a character, though responded to controversially, annoyingly. You have.
I think that if we're doing like a big multiverse situation, I'm sure we'll see Captain Marvel.
Mm-mm. I mean, she's one of the most next movies. We just haven't seen her do anything since her movie and Endgame.
She's just a character whose movie has become controversial because like a lot of people, including myself, just don't think it's particularly rewatchable, and because
there's more to it than that.
Yeah, I don't think that's the issue.
That's not the issue. There's a lot of
the issue is internet
characters who got their Thor had a pretty bad first movie, but like it's not the same.
Well, I know what you're saying. What you're saying is accurate, but I also think Thor started in 2011, and he was a bad character for 4 years, and then he got to be a really good character. She came out in 2019. She's been in like 3 movies, right? So even from the she's been in 2 movies.
She's been in 2 movies.
So from the balance point of view of enjoying Brie Larson and liking the character, I don't have a lot of game tape to go off of that I like. Right? There's not that much there. I think she will improve because I think they'll keep putting her in there, but I do think that. Just from an evaluation of do you or don't you like the character, kind of a rough start.
But I just don't think that that's why she's controversial, right?
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. I know what you are saying, and I agree with you. That is correct.
I think that like they're also setting up a new generation of heroes like Shang-Chi, right? And like he very well could carry the torch pretty successfully. Like, as a character, he is very followable and charismatic and great.
Okay, I got caught up on the Moon Knight stuff. I agree that Moon Knight is not connected to anything, and I think that's good and fine. Because for one thing, he's not connected to anything in the comics. He literally just kind of does his own thing. He's like not in any of the major events because he just like hangs out in New York and beats up bad guys at night. But kind of like Batman. But I also think that that's a good way to use the shows. So far the shows have been really tied into the movies, but I think it's like almost better to have the shows just be like kind of one-off little fun things that are doing their own thing and not make it like quote unquote required viewing.
I think you need to
because
do
like
both,
Ben said, it does kind of add to like how many hours of Marvel content you have to consume to be current, you know?
Right, like
it's just
I don't know, like
when you existed with the Daredevil Netflix series, that was like, and they were not connected at all. I also think that was not a successful version of this.
I mean, people really, those were just good standalone shows that people enjoyed. I don't know what's wrong with Daredevil.
One of them was a really good standalone show.
One was a good show.
Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and then
seasons.
Somewhat Luke Cage.
And Punisher was pretty good.
I think, but by the time Punisher came out, it was like it was now too much, and you didn't need to watch them, right? Like,
but I think like I need to watch this is not like I don't want that to be the reason I watch a show, you know?
That's gonna be confusing. Ben stealing my thunder.
Oh no, we both are using the mat?
No, it's okay. I'm gonna just audible into a different mat.
You should have both just played Rigo, both used the same mat.
Made it really easy to pay attention on this stream.
Alex, I'm trolling Alex today.
I know.
Pretty hard.
Just like literally at every turn, he's taken my... Ooh, hello. Hey! Oh, thank you so much, everyone. Hi, Olivia, friends. Hey, friends. Thank you, Logan.
Hey, you need to flip Ben and Michael so that all these new viewers can see them upright.
Yo, you are perfectly timed. We are just about to start. We just finished an in-depth Marvel conversation and are now ready to actually start playing as Ben joined.
I agree, Carson, but I think like a show, like one, 8-episode show or whatever adds 8 hours of content. I would like 4 movies worth of content you have to watch.
I would also argue it's not a bug, but a feature. But that's, I guess, just me. I think like there are hundreds of other movies that exist that are not something you have to watch every single one of, and the only thing that's special about the MCU is that you get depth by consistently watching all of it in a way that nothing has ever created before in movie history.
Right.
But I do think that the whole crossover angle would never have worked in the past because the quality was too low. Like, once you got past a first or a second sequel of a single property, they tend to get worse and worse. The MCU's been really good. So, like, it's kept our attention by the quality mostly of what it's done. And I think, but there's always
been like,
I mean, they've kind of tried to do it with like the slashers from the 80s, right? But like the movies were just bad and couldn't reach your mainstream audience because they were too bad.
Right. Well, and they're horror movies which like do well for budget but are not a like.
I mean, Fast and Furious is an example of like, I feel like Fast and Furious is a similar, like they realized, oh, we could do the same basic quality of movies and just kind of make infinite movies with this premise as long as all the actors are down. My feelings on Fast and Furious actually changed a lot when someone pointed out that if you just think of Fast and Furious as superhero movies where the superheroes all are just people, then it becomes a lot more fun. Because
they're definitely superheroes, though.
Yeah, because all the stupid crap they do is a lot more explainable if they all are superheroes.
Vin Diesel fights like 20 guys in the last movie, single-handedly.
And The Rock, like with a broken arm, rips a minigun off of a helicopter and goes to town.
Yes, and also that happened, Marshall. That era of the Fast and Furious happened as a direct response to the MCU. It was literally like 2011, Fast 5 came out, which was the same year as Captain America and Thor, and then the next year Avengers came out. Like Fast and the Furious was pretty much like, yeah, let's just do big crossover movies with all the stars.
I think also like the MCU has gone through moments like this before, right? Like Marshall, you stopped watching Marvel. In fact, I was surprised you're in any way caught up because you stopped like 5 years
I'm
ago.
I'm not caught up.
Okay,
I'm not
yeah,
caught up.
like I was like, oh, you have to watch Thor, like these ones. You're like, oh, I haven't seen them, so I don't want to watch anymore, which is fine. Like, I don't think a person needs to watch every one of these, but like, I think that the fact that they can tell stories in the way that they do is interesting, and they should lean into it. Which I guess is like one of the complaints people have for this movie is that like it's not like the next episode of a TV show. It's the next Doctor Strange movie that has a continuation of an overall plot. I don't know. I go back and forth. I liked it. I liked the movie a lot. Ben did not. Are you guys sleeved and shuffled?
I am sleeved and shuffled. Michael, what commander are you playing again?
I'm playing Denry Klin, editor-in-chief.
Is there some blue in there?
Blue-white.
Ha ha! My cold-eyed Selkie will have a target. I worried there for a second.
I was playing the all green creatures get intimidate in my Rigo list. I don't know if you are. Would have been pretty medium in this pot actually. Well, a bit good against Michael.
Everything's good against me, huh?
Well,
let me put Denry in here.
I am good to go, y'all.
I'm going to randomize turn order. All right. Ben is last. I am second to last. Michael is third to last, and Marshall is first.
All right. I will lead on Savage Lands. Say go. I'm playing Vazzy, the Keen Negotiator, who's really weird for Jund, but I love a really weird commander, and I especially really love politics. So, guys, we can play nice. I can give you all treasures and stuff.
I am taking a mulligan.
Purple Puffin in of Peril, yes. Corny. It is definitely okay to just like corny action movies. Like, I don't think you even like that is another point. Like, a lot of MCU content you can interact with without knowing or having ever watched a single.
I mean,
Disney Plus show.
I get what you're saying, Alex, is that what sets Marvel apart from any other corny action movie is the fact that they do all connect. And if you are interested in engaging with all of it, you can get something else out of it than just watching, every summer blockbuster that comes out.
Right. And I think like it also has an ability to not have to watch everything. Like, I think like you can walk in the multiverse of madness without having seen pretty much anything in the MCU and still enjoy it. There's some moments that are not as exciting, and there's like some things that you'll have to play a little bit of catch up, like on who Wanda is. But other than that, like, it introduces every character as if you have not seen them before.
I also want to point out like something that I think I put this on Twitter right after I saw it and I started seeing people's reactions come out to it. I am of the mind that if you go to the theater and you watch a movie and you love it and it's not something that I love, the more you love it, the happier I am for you. I want people to have conviction in the things that they love. It does not matter to me if I disagree. I will argue for my opinion all day long, and I'll try to convince people of my opinion.
Hey, Bluesin.
But ultimately, I do not believe that there is any point at all in ever getting into an argument with somebody about like a piece of art that they don't like that you like, or vice versa. I actually think it's totally counterproductive. Like, there's no way we're all going to like the same thing, so conviction's important, and I think that that's like important to remind people of. Just love what you love. Own it.
Yeah. I agree. Thank you for the follow, Kid Alpha Max.
I mean, that's the reason I legit love the Super Mario Brothers movie, the live action one with John Leguizamo and
I think there's a valid reason to love that movie. I mean, I'm also currently arguing with people on the internet that Thor 2 isn't bad, which is a position I'm always in.
I guess I'm gonna keep this trashy hand and see what I can do.
I'm keeping.
Well, I kept a slow hand and I played Savage Land, so it's on.
Commander Tower for the raid. Hello and welcome. You are also just in time for the game to start because we haven't started yet. We're starting now after a lengthy Marvel conversation. Yeah, Thor 2. I will not argue that Thor 2 is a great movie. I will argue against anyone who thinks it's the worst MCU movie or even has it in their bottom 10. But it's not like the best movie. It's really cool, has cool aesthetics, and we don't have to get into Thor 2. Marshall and Michael, are you shuffled and ready?
No, I'm mulliganing.
Okay, we're getting into Thor 2. All right, here's the deal. At the time when Thor 2 came out, you didn't care about anyone in that movie. But since then, we have gotten character development for Loki, Thor, Darcy, and the Infinity Stone that movie is about. And by giving context to all of those characters, going back and watching it, you really enjoy it because there's actual context to what's happening, and the actual MacGuffin of the movie matters versus it being a weird space cloud of red that you didn't know what it was. Also has the best X-Wing fights in the entire MCU, and also is like really spooky in a cool way, and is maybe Loki's best movie.
I don't think it's a great movie, but it's by no means the like popular internet opinion of this is the worst MCU movie. Like worst case scenario, it's like bottom 8.
There's nothing. There is nothing bad in it, right? It's not like there are things that are bad in Iron Man 2 and Avengers 2 and Thor 1 and Internals, right? There is like.
It's your turn, Cass, I think.
Oh, people have gone? It's my turn? I get to go? I will play Temple Guardian and pass.
I also think that at this stage, at least, I would not be keeping up with the Marvel Universe if not for the movies just showing up on streaming, easy for me to watch from home. I've watched most of this phase from home.
Farseek in your turn, Michael. I'll go get the Triome.
Yeah, Dark Elves are cool. The main
selfless
of them
spirit
is boring, but ooh, okay.
It annoys me that the Triomes in this set.
Subscribe on YouTube. Oh, by the way, YouTube channel. If you head over to the Twitch channel, you can chat with us. We can't see the YouTube chat. I apologize if you've been screaming at us into the void. Is it my turn?
Yeah. I was just saying it annoys me that the. It annoys me that the Triomes from this set all have the legendary boss name in the name of the thing, because, like, it just feels, like, less cool than... Honestly, the common cycle of lands have cooler names, I think, than the rare cycle of lands. I wish they were swapped.
I played a shock land untapped, and then I played Determined Iteration. This is a new card, 1 red enchantment. At the beginning of combat on my turn, I can populate. The token created this way gains haste. I sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step, and I am done.
That's a sweet card.
Yep, it's really cool.
That is cute.
Also, he's making a statue, 2 statues with just phenomenal mustaches.
I'm gonna play Wizard class, but I missed a land drop. Sucks. Go ahead.
Kept the dubious one-lander, eh?
I thought it was going to work out.
Oh,
Marshall, you know who needs the treasures. You got to come through.
Our Nerf Herder bot, because we have a new affiliate code. You should actually go to Channel Fireball and use the code TheMMCast and not what the Nerf Herder bot said. I guess if you go to TCG
Are you able
Player,
to change that, or is Logan still here?
Logan is still here. I can change it.
Okay.
Just not right now. It's hard to do.
I'll play a treasure. I'll play a treasure map, and I'm going to play a...
created the robot. You're the robot's father.
Your turn, Michael. I'm going to play a Kazul's clip.
The Anakin to its C-3PO?
He's the father of a Nerf herder.
Ooh,
which sounds like a cool swear. Yeah, that's what I thought. I can do that.
Cloudkin Seer.
It's fine if it shot out the wrong thing. What is that?
2/1 flying. When enters the battlefield, draw a card.
Okay.
And I will attack Marshal for 2.
Somebody doesn't want treasures.
Marshall, please give me treasure.
I want you to give them to Ben so we can have a good game. So
I want you to give them to me so I can populate them.
I might be able to start making treasures soon. So
you're a villain, Alex.
I just want to make cats. All right, I can turn them into cats.
You are and have always been a villain.
You don't want cats? I'm not even gonna make treasures. I'm gonna make little kitties. Are you done, Michael?
I am. Yes.
I will play Rockfall Vale. And I will play Professional Facebreaker. This has Menace, Human Warrior, 2/3 for 3. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Sacrifice a treasure, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn.
Oh, wait. Purple Puffin of Peril, redeemed, create a treasure token?
Ooh, who are you giving it? Ben, get some gold.
And a Surveil 1.
Love it.
Who gets the Surveil? No, that was... Oh, Ben. Carson, you also...
Ben gets both.
Yeah, you get both, Ben. This is why we have the points to help the person who misses the
I get a treasure and I'm surveilling?
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
I think I should change the treasure that it makes to gold tokens.
That was a strategic missed land drop. His hand is 4 lands, but he just like wanted to get the treasure in the surveil. So
I'll have you know, Michael, because it's from a set that I think you enjoy. I threw an Oren Viper into my graveyard.
I don't enjoy that set, but that's a cool card. I like the throwback to it. What's it called? The one from the Commander set, the 2/6.
Oran Frostfang.
That card is sick.
Yeah, I'm a fan
Is
of the
Shug letting me
Frostfang.
draw a card too? This is amazing. Thanks, Shug.
Wow, this is Ben just time walked us all.
Well, he's still down a land drop, to be fair.
Fair.
Whose turn is it?
It's your turn, Captain, the fans' favorite.
I mean, I'm just missing every one of these land drops. I still have not drawn a second land, but you know what? Treasure's gonna be helpful. It's gonna be a thing. How I managed to draw so few lands. I am going to tap a land, sack a treasure, and I will play this Looter Ilkor. And then I will go to my discard, and I have 8 cards, so I'm gonna have to discard 1.
It's fixed. It's now gold. I only am changing it to gold because of it's weird to be like, oh, the guy with treasure synergies here. You know, they've created too many of those. Gold's generic and doesn't do that. Plus, it's a little better because you don't have to tap it.
I'm going to go to my discard step, and I will discard this.
I will use a Bloodstained... I'll crack a Bloodstained Mire, and...
Discard this, Blight
Yeah.
Agent's going to hit the yard.
I'll use a Bloodstained Mire to go get...
wow, I got another
Overgrown
treasure?
Tomb.
You guys are just amazing. All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
Then I will... I'll cast a Mimic Vat, and I'll say go.
That Shug Knight is actually just Ben's secret Twitch account. Oh, I'm fine.
Your turn, Michael.
What is the card you just played?
Mimic Vat.
A Mimic Vat. I know that one. I just don't recognize that art.
Yeah, this is the Commander art.
Okay. I will play Denry, and I will get a +1/+1 counter.
Oh, I didn't have to discard this. I have no maximum hand size because of Wizard class. Take it back. Never mind.
Where's my dice? Whoops. Okay, well, I have dice somewhere. I think I want a 1/1 counter. Yeah, let's do a 1/1 counter. And I will attack...
Oh, Shug wants you to draw a card, Kess.
Ooh,
I
really?
see that you're unhappy.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I was fine.
I'll bring 1 2/1 with flying at Marshal and 1 2/1 with flying at Alex.
Okay.
Give Ben one more turn before he starts getting the 2/1s coming through.
Alright.
Cool. I take it.
Yep,
What does
and
your
then I'm done.
Commander do?
I'm pretty sure I did that same thing again that I have done before that all of you are aware of, where I built a deck that does one thing well, and that's draw cards, but then doesn't do anything with anything. It just like draws a lot of cards because it likes to draw cards. I think.
Hopefully you have something like Commandeer or...
All right. Draw.
Commandeer is my favorite thing to throw a bunch of cards away to do.
Yeah, I should have Commander. That'd be sweet.
I am going to. So if I want to populate, I need to make tokens now.
I guess I should have gotten the Infinitokens little token things, huh? Because I'm gonna have a bunch of different types of token.
Oh, Vazi Keen, what a cool card that is.
I guess just having a blocker for all of these flyers would be nice. Yeah, all right. I'm going to play Atsushi, the Blazing Sky, 2 red flying trample. If it dies, I either get to exile stuff and play those or create 3 treasure tokens. And then I'm going to do declare attacks, and I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack Michael. with my 2/3 and menace.
Yep, I'm unable to block.
Cool. Make a treasure token, and then I will pass.
All right. Here we go. Hinterland Harbor. Hit my second link drop. Let's go
Exclusively.
with.
So let's get them Art Deco treasure tokens out here.
Good. I'm going to go with tap 1. I'll play a Keen Sense on this Looter Core. And go to attacks. Michael, I know it's coming at me next, so I'm just going to dome you for 1. I will stack my triggers to draw off Keen Sense first. And then I will loot.
Isn't your treasure token gone, Ben? Didn't you use that to make the looter?
I got another one. I was given a second.
Oh, man.
He got 2 treasures.
And I know this is crazy, guys, and everyone's going to be like, you're so crazy and greedy. I'm discarding a land.
Wow.
I'm
And
going to consult my treasure map.
Second main phase, I'll sack this treasure token and tap 1, and I will play this Blighted Agent. All done.
Ooh. Hey! Thank you, Bobby Christine, for the raid. Welcome to the MCAST Monday Night Commander Night. We're playing Commander with
Sure, I'll draw this.
all new Capenna commanders, from Jinnie to Rigo, the Streetwise Mentor. And yeah, we do this every night. Thanks for hanging out.
I'm going to tap to make my commander Vazi the Keen Negotiator.
Thanks, Mayos. It is not that. I guess it didn't update from when we did this the first time. Let me go change that on YouTube.
So I made Vazi Keen Negotiator. She's a 3/3 with haste that says... Oh, man, I got exiled. She's a 3/3 with haste that says, tap. Target opponent creates X treasures, where X is the number of treasures I created this turn. And then she also says, whenever an opponent casts a spell or activates an ability, if they used treasures to do it, then I get to draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So let's make some deals, y'all. I will pass to Mike.
Okay, I will untap, draw.
It is fixed. Oh, I should change the... Come chat on Twitch.
All right, I will... Well, I'll play this Plains. I'll play Boon of Safety and put a shield counter on my commander. Any objections?
No.
Okay, I've drawn a little shield on this piece of paper. So we all know what's going on here.
So cute.
I will scry this to the bottom.
Beyond that, thank you so much for rating, everyone. We're having fun. Please hit that follow button if you haven't already.
I will play Bibblethip the Lost, who will enter with a shield counter and a +1/+1 counter. And I'll draw. Go to combat.
This was just really late access to the new Capenna format.
Yes, late access. I'll attack Ben for 4 in the air. Taking it easy on you for long enough.
Full package, 36.
And I'll pass.
Michael's clearly the villain, guys. Clearly.
I will... I do at the beginning of combat. Okay. I will untap. I will draw for the turn. I will play Spectator Seeding. And then I will think about the life choices that I can make here on this day. I am going to play Jinnie. And then I'm going to enter combat. I will make myself a hasty cat token. Today's cat.
How do you do? What do you populate?
The treasure token. Oh,
you can only populate
only creatures. Damn, I don't do that then. I just am sad. It's fine. I'll have a dog later. I'll attack Ben with my flying 4/4. Oh no, I have to keep my flyer. Ben, you don't have any blockers, right? Cool.
I have a 1/1 on the ground.
I have a 2/3 menace. I'm gonna swing at you with my 2/3 menace.
All because I was cackling at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good enough reason to attack somebody.
34.
I will make another treasure. That treasure will be a dog token, though. I'll make a dog. Figure out what. Do I have cat tokens? Okay, that's good to know. Do I have?
Are you doing anything else,
tokens?
Alex?
Yes. Oh no, I'll make a cat. I'm making a cat. What am I talking? What am I saying? I got cat tokens right here. Instead of that treasure, I'm going to use the treasure I do have to play King of the Pride. All other cat creatures I control get +2/+1. We lost Marshal, so this is a
I'm coming back.
4/3 kitty.
When you use that treasure, that triggers Vazi. So Vazi will put a +1/+1 character on herself, and I'll draw a card.
Thank you for the subscription. I had to read it. Thank you for the gifted subscription.
Yep.
Alex,
Have a good night, Mr. Big Benz. I'm done. Yeah, that was my turn.
That was the turn. All right, untap. Upkeep. Draw.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
We want to be homies.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking about giving you 3 treasures. What do you think about that?
Right now?
Yeah.
What happens with
Have
it
a good
again?
night, Mr. Big Benz.
If I sacrifice the turn?
If you use the treasures, I get to draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on a thing for each spell or ability you activate with those treasures. But nothing bad happens to you.
Trying to tempt me, huh?
I mean, I can give you 3 treasures, and you can be like, I don't think I'm going to hit Marshal with this infect creature.
All right, I'll play ball. Sure.
All right, so you're not going to hit me with that infect creature, right?
It's just a 1/1. I mean, sure, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to hit it. Okay, so I'm going to activate. Treasure map to scry 1.
Okay.
Alex, the Facebreaker is working against you here. Marshal has an incentive to not give you treasures.
That's fair.
Because you won't spend them properly.
That's true. What if, Marshal, I make all of those treasures into dogs?
Oh, is Jinnie Faye out now?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So this transforms into Treasure Cove, and I create 3 treasures.
Yeah, I don't think I was ever going to be the person that was in Marshal was going to give treasures to.
And then I'll activate Vazi to give Ben 3 treasures.
All right. Deal. I'll take it. Love it. So this is still in my main phase. 3 treasures. All right.
Plus, he's the one most crunched on resources, so he's the one most likely to actually use those treasures.
Windswept Heath.
He also has a commander that draws him a lot of cards, but...
Crack this Windswept Heath. I'm going to get a...
But it's also Ben, so all his cards are probably really cheap, so Marshal will get a lot of cards out of them.
This is true.
Like, he's probably not spending all 3 of those on the same spell. That would require him to play 3 mana
3
spells
drops.
in his deck.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Exactly.
His commander costs 3.
That's true.
And now he knows that he hurts Marshal by sacrificing all 3 together. So.
All right. I am going to
I mean, I don't know. Enjoy that infect damage, you two.
tap 3, and I'm going to cast Rigo. Yeah, the 1 infect damage. Cast Rigo. Then I will spend 3 more. Attack these 3 treasures. I'm going to play Lore Scale Codal.
All right. I will put a +1/+1 counter on Vazi, and I'll draw a card.
Cool. And then I'm going to enter my attack step. And Looter and Blighted are going to go... Marshal, you're not going to get hit with either because you were a good guy. So, Alex, I'll hit you with the Looter, and Michael, I'll come at you with the Blighted Agent.
I take 1.
I will go to 1 poison.
So on attack, whenever you attack a player placed with power 1 or less, draw a card. So I draw 2 cards, and I also trigger the Looter Ilcore and the Keen Sense. So I'll draw off of the Rigo triggers. Draw 2. 2 counters go on to Lursko Cuddle. Then, so it gets to be a 4/4. Then I will draw 2. Then I'll draw off the Keen Sense. And then I will loot off of the Looter. Let's discard. Tapped land here. And I'm spent. It's my turn.
Oh, being mean to Ben?
I got 2
How
more.
are we being mean to Ben?
Yeah,
We've
you're
been-
being...
If anything, we've been nice to Ben. Ben hit us. I only hit him once because he was verbally abusive to me.
Lore Scale Codal is now a 6.
Okay. It's
I'm done.
scary. It's a scary snake.
Let's
This deck
see.
draws a crazy amount of cards.
Yeah. That's why I was playing a Turbo Fog Hate Bears deck. For those who don't know, I brewed a Rigo deck this morning, and then Ben was like, I'm playing Rigo before I called it. And, you know.
If you guys don't know, Alex is a genius level deck builder. He can build a deck in like 18 minutes. And he can do it
the deck that I'm playing now took me maybe 20 minutes. It's fair.
I think it's one of your like legit genius level superpowers. I've seen you build decks while doing work, like whilst multitasking. You're able to build a deck in like 20 minutes.
I'm gonna Nature's Lore. I'll Nature's Lore up a Stomping Ground and lose 2 life.
I mean, this deck was relatively easy. I just searched clue, treasure, food, and servo, and put every card with those words on them into the deck.
I'm gonna cast. I've never cast this creature before. I'm gonna cast a Wandering Archaic.
Ooh.
Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, they may pay 2, and if they don't, I get to copy the spell.
I'll have you know, I have no instants and sorceries in my hand.
Yeah, well, it was a risk I was willing to take there. I'll crack this Verdant Catacombs. Go find myself a Tramp. There we go.
As far as other shout-outs go, make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow. Our MMCast episode is going to come out, and it's us talking about the future of this year, what we think is going to happen on New Phyrexia 2, New Phyrexia 2, and then our first look at some of the mechanics from Commander Legends that comes out, that starts previewing tomorrow. So,
All right. I'll cast Feign the Broker, who's a 3/3 that has tap, sack a creature to put 2/1/1 counters on target creature, or tap, remove a counter from a creature you control to create a treasure, or tap and sacrifice an artifact to create a 2/1 black and white flying inkling, or pay 4 to untap him. And then I'll pass.
okay, so this is a question Channel Fireball asked, where if you want to buy singles and use the code TheMMCast, you can get a, help us out. So please do that. We have an affiliate code. But they asked, what are the 4 best sets of all time?
Define what best means.
They did not define it. So they said, "Oh, what are the top 4 Magic sets ever?" is the exact words they said. So you can use your definitions. I can tell you what my 4 answers were, or I can let you guys decide first, and then I can say what mine are. Marshall, you're done, right? It's Michael's turn.
Yeah, I said no.
Oh, sorry. I was putting my dog in the other room because she kept barking.
Peanut.
Draw for turn.
If I had to name them, I mean, it's hard because some of them are blocks. Like, I think original Ravnica block is the greatest block they've ever done.
But you wouldn't say just like Ravnica City of Guilds? Like,
right,
you don't think that
it's an incomplete thing. I don't think it stands on its own. And the unfortunate thing is, like, none of the Ravnica, we're going to put all 10 guilds into one sets have been one. Like, I mean, I think War of the Spark was cool, but
I guess War of the Spark is way better than Dragons of Turkey, or not Dragons of Turkey. Sorry,
Dragon's Maze. Sure.
Dragon's Maze.
Sure. That's what I'm saying. But the problem is those 10 guild sets are not, in my mind, particularly great all around. Like, War of the Spark was like super duper strong, but that was actually part of its problem. Like, I kind of think Nissa Who Shakes the World was a little problematic, and Teferi's problematic too.
Narset and Karn and
yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's a big debate about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack Ben for 2 in the air, Marshall for 2 in the air, Alex for 2 on the ground. Trigger my Metropolis Angel. I'll draw.
I will block with my big dragon.
Yep.
Enjoy
Fibblethip
your Fibblethip
is shielded.
Unshield.
Play a land for turn, and I will be done.
So on my list, my number 3 was Ravnica City of Guilds, but I put it there mostly from a reverence to the original. I've never played the Ravnica Limited format. If I was actually being selfish, I would pick, or from personal experience, I'd pick original Ravnica. Or not original, Return to Ravnica. I think that set is phenomenal and was a phenomenal limited format and super influential in a really cool way. That none of the other Ravnica sets have been, and in a good way too, right? It's not like its most egregious mistake was Deathrite Shaman, which I think was a mistake, but not in a way that is how dare they, versus
I also think it's forgivable because you're printing that for
standard, not older
standard.
Formats.
Yeah, I mean, stuff gets printed in standard that they think would be a cool, fun standard card all the time that isn't.
Does anyone
sometimes it breaks eternal formats.
Does anyone have a 5-drop or a 0-drop creature in play? Ooh, you do.
I have 2 5-drops in play.
I don't want to hurt you, Marshall. I want you to give me treasures. Are any of them?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's fair.
I mean, I could be interested in giving you treasures if
you'd be giving him cats and/or dogs.
I mean, I'd be willing to give him a whole kennel worth if it meant that I get to keep my Archaic and Vazi.
Okay, I'm willing to make that deal.
Unfortunately, I don't have any way to make treasure right this moment, but I can give you treasure in the future.
Future. Remember that I'm not using my card to kill your card. All right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I think I want. Oh, and these are untapped.
Oh, I honestly think Dominaria is maybe one of my favorite sets of all time, and I think it's just all around a great set.
People are really high on Dominaria. I liked it a little less than others, but not by a lot. Just not in a It was kind of the beginning of me
super hyped.
Caring.
I'm super hyped for Dominaria United and Brothers War. As a old school Magic lore nut who's been playing since the beginning of the game, I'm super stoked that they're hey, you know what? The Brothers War was a little too cool just to give to Antiquities and Urza Saga. We could revisit it again. Seeing as how we've now done essentially 2 sets about the Brothers War and didn't make legendary creatures of any of the important characters in it.
Yeah, we got a Mishra that's not a Mishra that is barely playable in Commander from Time Spiral, and Urza, who I guess is as powerful as you would expect from an Urza, but not something you necessarily want to play in Commander a lot of the time.
I will play an Angel of Invention and get 2 more cats. So I have 3 cats.
Sorry, did you attack me?
No, I have not. I have not attacked anyone yet. You have 2 blocker. What's Rigo? His power? Or
2/2,
toughness?
and
2/2.
Kotal's a 6/6.
Okay, I feel like you like Rigo existing, so I feel like you won't block. My cats, and then Michael, you have a blocker. Everyone has blockers now. This is annoying. Yeah, Ben, take 2 on the ground. Menace.
2 on the ground.
Rigo has a shield counter, right?
Oh yeah, Rigo does have a shield.
Oh, Rigo has a shield counter? Never mind.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if that changes your math, Alex. I
it-
just wanted to make sure it was represented before there was a blowout.
Absolutely does. Then I will do nothing. I guess I have 4 cats. Oh, I'll throw a cat at Marshall. What's the toughness on your 2 creatures, or all your creatures?
3/3, 4/4, 5/5.
5/5. Okay. Yeah, I'll swing a 5/4 or a 5/4 cat at you.
5/4 cat at me.
Well, I guess Lorsko Kotal is also a 5/4. Oh, but you have a shield counter creature. Yeah. Sorry, Marshall.
Lorsko Kotal is a 6/6.
Cool.
So you're swinging 1 5/4 cat at me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
it's
I will
the
take.
populated one.
I will take 5.
Okay. I will make a treasure. And then I will...
Man, the power of shield counters. I would have thought you were going to try and harvest some shield counters off of those boards over there.
I'm going to make an intangible virtue. Play a tangible virtue, and I will pass the turn.
Okay. On tap. Keep.
And the cat that attacked Marshall is sacrificed.
Lorsko Kotal is now a 7/7. Let's go with...
I love commanders that make just like incidental tokens that have lords behind them, because you don't have to like lean into the tribal, but you just get to free roll the cat lord that gives all cats +2/+1.
I'm going to play Pendraven. I am going to...
I mean, having all of your Jinnie Fey turn all of your tokens into, Venge Vines? 4/3s with haste?
Yep. It's pretty sweet.
Not bad.
It's like I have the Tormod deck build, and I'm playing with some zombie lords that are like good in the deck, not because like I'm trying to do zombie tribal, but just like I make like 10 2/2 zombies, and now giving them +1/+1 is good.
6 cents is going to go on the Blighted Agent.
Well, and there's the one zombie lord that can be cast out of your graveyard, too, which, I don't know, he's blue-black, or maybe, no, I think he's just mono-black. The one from Dragons of Darkir, I think.
I'm going to... Everybody's got pretty big blockers, right? Coming in with a 7/7 Kotal is probably better left back. I'm going to go at whoever I went at last time with the Blighted Agent. I'm going to come out again.
That's me. 2 poison.
I'm coming at you with a 1/1 Blighted Agent, and I'm coming at you, Alex, with a 1/1 Looter Core.
Shadow, right?
Yep. So upon attack, I will draw 2 cards off of the Rigo. That'll bring my Lorsko Kotal up to 9/9. Then I will connect, and I will draw off the Keen Sense and the 6 Sense. I'll draw 2 more, so that brings Kotal up to an 11/11. And then I will loot off the looter, bringing it up to a 12/12.
So, chat, what's your 4 favorite sets of all time? My list was Innistrad Khan's.
Well, wait, are we calling it 4 favorite, or are we calling it top 4?
What are the top 4 Magic sets ever? And my answers were Innistrad, Khans of Tarkir, Ravnica, and then number 4, hot take, Ikoria.
I'm discarding a Mystic Gate, and I'm going to end my turn. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 13 cards in hand. Wizard class is out. I have 3 mana open. Rigo and Lorsko Kotal are untapped. Kotal's a 12/12.
Okay, I use Treasure Cove to eat a treasure, draw a card.
It couldn't really be an Alex Kessler list without at least one hot take,
Exactly.
you know?
I had to have a heater in there. I've really like Ikoria. I think like it broke Magic in half for a second, but
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
ooh.
Other than Companion... Oh, and I guess Triomes. What's like Ikoria's biggest legacy, you think?
I mean, companion. I think it's companion. But I think like in Commander, like
Well, yeah, I mean, we're reaching a point where companions are becoming like less and less
sure
legal to be
nerfing.
played.
yeah. The like 5 legendaries, like the fact that mechanic sees as much play that it does is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I guess when you put your set mechanic on 5 like good 3-color legendaries, yeah. Like you don't usually see that, right? You usually see like 1 legend per mechanic, maybe.
Right.
I'll
right.
pass.
Yeah,
I'm sort of disappointed that it's really interesting how
Did you say
can
pass,
tell.
Marshall?
I did pass, yeah. It's interesting that you can tell what I feel like are like the mechanics that were had the least amount of design time or the least amount of design love showed to them. And like, for example, Boast in Kaldheim, like there really isn't like an interesting Boast commander, and there actually isn't that many interesting creatures with Boast. Like there are 2 legendaries that have, like,
the god, right?
I guess there's
Bergie is like a legit.
Well, Bergie, yeah, but like Bergie, your guys can boast an additional time is like flavor text. Like that's not what Bergie's about, and she's in 1 color, and red has like 4 other creatures with boast, so it's not all that.
Sure, I think boast was a mechanic made for limited though, right? Like I think that's fine to make mechanics that are good for limited and some that have a.
I guess as from the commander perspective, I feel like boast is like something that I could definitely see showing up more in commander, because boast is like a proactive goad, right? Like it's an encouragement for you to go in and attack. Same with like raid, so it really puts action on the table. If you have a creature with boast, you want to attack with it somehow.
I think Kaldheim was one of the early commander sets, but I do feel like one thing they're doing with the commander sets is taking the mechanics of the set and like upscaling them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll
That's
look at the
absolutely what they
cards
did
in
here.
the set and be like, yeah, and in Neon Dynasty too, and like with Coven, like the Coven commander deck, like Coven was never going to see play. That's obviously a limited mechanic. It's not even playable in like 60 card constructed standard or whatever, pretty much, except for Augur of Autumn. That's like the only one. But they were like, okay, well, how do we upscale this to commander? And that's what they did in the deck. And with Kaldheim, they did kind of do it with Fertel, but yeah, I mean, I think that's something that they are doing more and more with commander decks now. I'm gonna attack Ben for 6.
Wow.
In the air.
Which like I think
and Marshal for 2.
They did that with Ikoria too, right? Like that's why they created.
You're tagging me for 2 in the air?
Do you have a flyer?
I have Mazarek Crawl Death Priest, who's a 2/2 flyer.
2/2 flyer, and if you sacrifice stuff, things happen. Do you have any treasure?
It says whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, put 2+1/+1 counters on each creature you control.
Do you have a way to sacrifice anything that I can see?
Not. Yes,
Does
I
Fane
do.
sacrifice anything? What does Fane
can
do?
allow me to. Fane can tap to sacrifice a creature or tap to sacrifice an artifact.
So I guess, do I think you would block my Selfless Spirit? Okay, let me attack you with the Cloudkin Seer then. And I'll attack Ben with these 6 points of damage.
I'll go to 26.
And I'll draw a card off my Metropolis.
I think, yeah, this might be.
I have officially created a moment where I'm very unincentivized to ever make dogs, though.
All right, I guess
fine.
I'm going to cast Unexpected Windfall. I'll discard this, and I'll draw 2 cards, and I'll make 2 treasures. And let's see. Then I will. I'll tap Fane and sacrifice this treasure to make an Inkling. And I guess when I sacrifice, but before the Inkling resolves, is when Mazarek triggers. So I get a +1/+1 counter on each of my dudes. And then I make an Inkling. And I will block with Mazarek. And then when your guy dies, I'll imprint him on Mimic Vat.
Seems good.
Cloudkin Seer.
I think the other thing with boast that's interesting is like it's not really a mechanic that requires you nor really encourages you to play with more than one boast creature.
Yeah, actually, you really only want one a lot of the time because it spends your mana.
So like that's why something like Arnie Broken Brow I think was like intended to be kind of the boast. I agree that I think Bergie's text should have been a boast ability or is like not a thing. That's the weirdest one. I think I agree with you that her text makes it almost sound like they had a lot more boast creatures and they kept getting whittled down, and it just like to make Bergie God of Storytelling flavor make sense, it was such a flavorful set of words, and so they just like never cut it even though it became less and less relevant.
Yeah.
I'll play Resourceful Defense. Whenever a permanent I control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on target permanent you control. Ooh. And then I can spend 5, move any number of counters from target permanent you control to another target permanent you control. Kind of a...
It's a spicy meatball.
Are you grafting? Are you grafting? This seems very Simic of you. What colors are you?
I am blue-white, and I'll be done.
All right, at the end of your turn, hey, Ben.
Oh, I'll play a land and I'll be done.
Or I guess I got to be nice to Alex, but Alex, I don't want to just give you 2. Like, I want.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I won't attack it with a 5/4 if you give me some treasures.
All right, but are you going to allow any of them to turn into treasures, or are they all turning into cats?
I am probably going to let them turn into treasures and cats. There'll be an even split. You get to decide.
Okay.
It has to be a split. What would you rather me have more of, treasures or cats?
Well, it's only going to be 2 anyway. So
it's only 2. Oh, so 1 treasure, 1 cat. Okay. Oh, if it's only okay.
So yeah, okay. So I'll give you 2 treasures.
All right, I'll make 2 treasures if that's okay.
I don't think you get to choose. Do you?
Right. No, I have to make 1 cat, 1 treasure. No,
wait.
No, Jinnie Fey is a option.
You just.
It's a may. You may instead create that many 2/2 crack. Oh, I have to choose either or, though.
Yeah. You're creating all the treasures at once.
Got it.
So you have to choose.
Okay, so
I want cats or Marshal. I want treasure.
Yeah. In the spirit of what Marshall was asking for, I'll make only treasures.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. You can choose, but it has to be the thing. Ooh, we have to all hydrate. I'm assuming all 4 of us do, because you did it 4 times. Oh, yeah, Keenan's a big deal. Also, all 9 of the companions can be commanders.
Yeah, none of them are particularly exciting commanders, though, except maybe Yorion.
Luros is a really cool commander for black-white and mono-white and mono-black.
Yeah, I guess
I don't know. If we're getting into that, then I feel like sets like
well, this is just a point from chat. Like, what was the relevance to Commander? I think the companions are very relevant to Commander. Both
I was just asking, what is Ikoria's legacy? Of course, companions is the biggest one, but they are becoming increasingly illegal for play. And they don't see a ton of play in Commander, although I agree that they are cool. But
well, I think like the red white one's also like a very playable commander. I think they're like as themselves as commanders.
I think it's Alex's turn.
Oh, did Michael go? Oh, sorry. I saw mana untapped. I didn't realize it was my turn. Draw. Ooh, this is good. Are there any specifically problematic ones? What's his face is just a colorless creature, right? Not an artifact creature. Is the only good artifact in play right now Mimic Vat?
Apparently so.
Wow.
Depends on how good you think treasure is.
I guess there are a lot of treasures. There's not even that many treasures in play. I'm the only one with treasures.
I have 1
Marshal
treasure.
has
One treasure. 1 treasure. Okay.
That when sacrificed will pump Marshal's whole team. Not that you can probably stop him from sacking it, but
I do like that my treasure is a lunchbox.
I'm gonna get some water. I finished my water when I hydrated. Let me know if you do anything heinous to me.
I'm gonna exile one of the treasures and exile the top card of my library. It is Gala Greeters. Ooh, is there? Oh, there is spicy 2-drops. Oh, so this is exiled. I will play Boxing Ring. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under my control, it fights up to one target creature that I don't control with the same mana value.
I like the idea that mana value is the weight class.
Yep, me too. How do I want to do this? I guess I don't want to play this card. Yeah, that's bad. I feel like if I kill one of Ben's weird unblockable creatures, he's just going to attack me with the other one, and so I don't like it. I'm just going to play Gala Greeters. They are going to not do anything. They're just a 1/1 for now, but then I'm going to play Stimulus Package, which will make 2 treasure tokens, which I will actually make the treasure tokens. And I can sacrifice treasures to make 1/1s in a bit. And then I need to keep this blocker up for flyers. Ben has 2 blockers. One of them is the thing. How big is your lore scale code? It's so big.
12.
Yikes.
Well, Ben told us up front his deck is good at one thing. It's drawing cards. So,
That's true.
He's bound to have a big lore scale codal.
Indeed.
That's fair. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, create one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Okay, cool. Oh, that's a little engine that I got going on there. I will sacrifice one of the treasures to make a cat. Treasure to make a citizen token. I'll have it enter as a cat. It triggers Gala thing, and I'll get another treasure token. And then I will end my turn, because I guess I'm not attacking.
One of your treasures is tapped, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I will get another treasure card to represent tapped treasures. Ben, it's your turn.
Alright. End of turn. I'll spend 3. I'll activate Wizard class. Up to class 2. I'll draw 2 cards. Marshal code will get 3 more counters on it. Alright. Untap. Keep. Draw. Another counter for the Codal.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's multiple of the companions that still see play in Modern. I think a chunk of them see play in Commander. I think a lot of them see play as Commanders and not. I think, Companion is a very... And also, from a history perspective, really influential. It's also the first set to ever have, non-Wizards IP included in it as, a standard thing in the set, which I think is also a pretty influential thing, especially now as that is becoming more and more of a thing.
It's true. Those cards were just in regular boosters. If you just buy any booster, you'd be getting a Godzilla branded card.
Mm-hmm.
I don't own a single Godzilla card. I never opened any.
I own Baby Godzilla, and I think that's it. I think that's I bought one for a Mutate deck. Also, the vibe of Ikoria. Part of it is I love Ikoria, right? I think that as a plane, the dinosaur cat nightmare beast elemental plane is sick, and the triumph 3 color sets are always something I really love.
It was weird though that it's the Pokemon plane, but because they put Godzilla in it, everybody thought it was
the kaiju
the
plane.
kaiju plane.
Yeah.
But it can function as the kaiju plane as well, though.
I think it's both.
I think it's a little bit of both. Yeah.
It's also the Monster Hunter plane, right? I think.
Yeah.
Planet filled with monsters and humans interacting in a regular way is a trope across multiple. But Pokemon is a big one, right? And that's what Companion was.
Yeah.
That's sick. A complete set of 4 Godzilla cards is really cool. I think I don't know if
Hey,
I have
Ben, it's your turn.
Mothras.
I know
I have
thinking
them
about
all.
what I want to do.
Ikoria is also interesting as a 3-color set because unlike most 3-color sets, it's only 3-color at Mythic and Rare. The limited format was not a 3-color limited format.
Yeah.
Like there were no
Yeah.
3-color commons. There were really not even that many 3-color commons or uncommons, and there were really not that many even multicolor commons or uncommons.
Right,
It was
right.
pretty much like a 2-color draft format. Maybe you splash a 3rd color because the game life lands were in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tap.
But it wasn't like Capenna, where like you're often 3 colors in draft,
Yeah.
sometimes more.
I'm gonna tap 3 and do something funky for all of us, because all this deck does is draw cards. I'm gonna play Edric. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to any one of your opponents, its control may draw a card. So you guys are all gonna just get to start drawing cards for dealing damage to each other.
Oh wait, Edric is really? How have I never known that about Edric?
One of your opponents, its control. So yeah, exactly. So
It encourages people to attack Ben's opponents.
Wow, you've been playing long enough. I feel like you should have seen some Edric decks back in the day.
I have, but they're always just like mono 1/1s and kill everyone.
Well, that's what
and
Ben's
I
deck
don't
is.
play with creatures that attack. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
All right, I'm going to literally. I'm going to have like a 30/30 lower skull card that's never attacked, because the whole board is just full of like chump blockers. Right? Everybody's got like.
This game is gunked up for sure.
Yeah, and I built this deck so fast I forgot to put any of the like Psych Rift. Like I didn't put it in this deck. Good for me. All right, let's go to attacks. Blighted Agent and Literal Core both doing their thing again. I will do the same thing. Michael, a 3rd poison coming at you, and Alex.
3rd shadow.
Point of damage with Literal Core. I'll do all the draws. There's so many draws. I will first of all trigger Rigo twice. Draw. His lower skull total up to a 17. Then I'm gonna trigger the Keen Sense and the Sixth Sense. Draw. I'm gonna go up to 19. Then I'm going to trigger the Edric triggers. Draw. So now he's at 21. And finally, I will trigger the Looter, which will bring floor scale up to a 22. Draw. And I will discard, which... discard.
Maybe Gigantha is the commander for all the Godzilla cards.
I was gonna say, like, I think Gigantha is the most flavorfully available option. I guess there is no other 5-color legend other than Gigantha. Is there? What about some?
I'll discard this.
I mean, the nice thing about Ramos being your commander is he's great for mutate, because you like mutate onto him and he's still gaining counters the whole time.
It's true.
Gonna cast an Arcane Signet.
And he allows you to cast a lot of things all at once.
I think you also could. You may want to do Horde of Notions, because aren't a lot of the Godzilla cards like actually elementals in their real creature types?
I don't think a lot of them are, but a few of them are.
It's your turn.
All the 4 of the legendaries are?
3
Oh,
fifths.
End of
3
Ben's turn.
fifths.
End of Ben's turn. I'm going to sacrifice the treasure to make a citizen. It's going to be a cat, and trigger making a treasure token.
Okay, I will put a +1/+1 counter on each of my guys.
I am sacrificing a treasure not to its treasure ability. Does that trigger your commander still? Okay.
No, this is only for mana. This is only when they are sacrificed for mana, but this is when it's sacrificed for any reason.
Got it. When anyone sacrifices anything, everyone gets a counter. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. / terrifying. You decide.
Yeah, Mazarek is definitely a combination of those words.
This deck is so silly. I've drawn all the cards and done nothing.
It's fair. I'm just slowly making cats. I really appreciate the stimulus package Gala Greeters Jinnie Faye combo, though. That's a cool thing that I'm doing.
I'm going to cast Old Gnawbone.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Flying 7/7. When a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. That seems great. I'm all about it. Let's see. Michael has high life and doesn't have any flyers untapped, I think.
That's true.
If I'm correct here. Kess has 1 flyer, 2 flyers. And Ben has no flyers.
No flyers, just an Edric, 22/22 creature, and Rigo. But remember, if you attack anyone else, you draw cards.
Yeah, I do like the idea of drawing cards. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do...
Any of the not any of the sliver gods, but like some of them would be cool.
You can mutate onto 1/1 slivers that Sliver Queen makes. Granted,
Yeah.
Acquiring a Sliver Queen might be a challenge, but
not as long as you have an inkjet printer.
That is true. I think Progenitus feels also like one of... I guess it's protection from everything, so you can't mutate onto it. But
yeah,
otherwise it would be cool. Because it's the most Godzilla feeling of these cards that we've mentioned.
Okay, I think I'm going to attack Alex with my Inkling, and I'm going to attack Michael with my Mazarek.
How many Inkling do you have?
It's a 5/4 Inkling, and this is a 6/6 Mazarek.
I'll take 6.
I like having this flyer, though. And mine is a 5/5.
It's a gunky board. Real gunky.
Five, 4. Yeah, so what do you think, Alex?
I think I want to draw cards. I'm gonna let our at Sushi the Blazing Sky. I'm gonna block your Inkling. Well, it's protecting me from... Yeah, I'm gonna block.
And so Atsushi's a 5/5?
It's a 5/5.
Okay.
It's a 4/4, but it's getting +1/+1 from the Angel of Invention.
Okay.
To be clear on classes, once you level up a class, you still have the benefits of the lower classes, right?
Yep.
Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap...
How dare you benefit from the lower classes?
I'm going to use Mimic Vat to make a copy of... Well, let's see. Atsushi is like when it dies, something cool happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'm fine with the Inkling just biting it here.
I think Child of Alara is the creation of like the 5 planes of Alara being smushed together. It's like the representation of the rebirth of the plane. But do not quote me on that.
So Alex, that is, I think, okay, I think what I'm going to do is, it's cool that Alex blocks. Before damage, I'm going to tap 5, including sacrificing this treasure, which when I do, all of my guys are going to get a little bit bigger. To cast a Stinging Study, I draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the mana value of a commander I control. So I'll draw 5 and lose 5.
Okay.
So then Michael gets hit for 7, and I make 7 treasures.
My thing dies.
Yes, and I will imprint your thing on my Mimic Vat now.
Ooh, I will respond, and so I'm gonna get treasures when it dies, but whatever. I'm gonna use my 2 treasures, so I'm gonna sack 2 treasures, but I'm gonna artificial mutation and blow up your Mimic Vat.
Woo! Hot.
Okay, Mimic Vat is blown up.
I get 3 more kitties. My dragon's gone though, right? It's no longer in my graveyard.
Yes, unless you're doing it before your dragon dies.
Okay, I guess I make... Well, no, but you don't have to tell me you're doing that until my creature is entering the graveyard, or you have to tell me before.
That's true.
I don't know when that happens.
It triggers when the creature hits the graveyard.
Yeah, so it hits the graveyard. That effect goes on the stack. I blow it up. Does it then get exiled, or does it stay in the graveyard? I just don't know.
It will then get exiled.
It gets exiled. I still get the death.
No
trigger.
matter what.
I got 3 treasures.
Yeah. But when you cast the mutation, will you pay 2?
No. You can
okay.
also use the
I'm
mutation.
going to I'm going to copy it to destroy your surplus.
It is only artifacts.
It's artifact mutation is the card.
Are there any artifacts on board?
That was my
Ben
problem.
as an arcane signet.
I have a lot of treasures.
Okay, well, Ben, I want to get those two sapperlings, so I'm gonna blow up your.
You're gonna blow up my arcane signet?
Yeah, dude. Sorry.
Will you give me some treasures, maybe?
Yeah, I could give you some treasures, buddy.
I'll float
Wow,
away.
we're wheeling and dealing out here.
I just made 7 treasures this turn. I could give you 7 treasures,
I guess
Ben.
I also gain 2 life, and this guy gets bigger. It
7
has
treasures
abilities
would be huge.
beyond just that one ability.
If you would, I'd love that.
Yeah, I'm going to tap and give Ben 7 treasures. Now, Ben, I'm giving you these 7 treasures because I'm liking you not swinging at me.
I won't swing at you.
Hooray! Awesome. Look at this. Look at this working out great for everyone.
Marshal, cards in hand?
I now have 8 because I got to draw 1 card from Edric, the Spy Master. Okay, I think I'm going to pop 5 treasures, which is going to make my board huge. To cast. I'm going to cast Revel in Riches.
If only I had Simic Ascendancy on the battlefield, I would have won by now.
I feel like the Decayed mechanic made zombies feel really like zombies. There's a lot of cards, though, that die and then make a 2/2 zombie. What's a scratch counter? Those are my 3 points in response, JJ Rosales.
All right, I'll pass.
Zathrid Necromancer also turns all your humans into zombies when they die.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall, what was the last thing you? Oh, Revel in Riches, and
I cast Revel in Riches.
So
and then
So Marshall wins.
Revel in
the game
Riches
with the
says,
uncaps.
no, because I have only 2 treasures.
Oh, okay.
But Revel in Riches says, whenever an opponent's creature dies, I create a treasure, and at the beginning of my upkeep, if I control 10 or more treasures, I win the game. I bet they probably wish it didn't have this line of text now that they've heavily invested in making treasures as an easy thing to do.
I think they've actually been on the record and agreed with you.
Or
not
Revel
in
in
so
Riches.
many words, but they've said that we would not have designed this card this way, knowing what we were going to do with treasures in the future.
Right. I feel like Revel in Riches probably now should say 20.
I think
I'll sacrifice Selfless Spirit.
Yes. Marshall, all your things get +1/+1. I think that Revel in Riches should say 100. Is that a board wipe?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we have to figure out. Well, no, I think. Well,
I
yeah.
can.
We have.
I can
Okay,
kill.
wait.
I can kill Marshall.
Well, I don't care. Can you kill Revel in Riches? If I wipe the board?
No.
Whatever, I don't care. I'll
No.
do it all myself. I don't need any of you.
Okay.
All right. I'm playing Vanquish the Horde is the board wipe I will opt to play.
What does that one do?
Destroy all creatures. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield.
Got it.
Would you all say that there's more than 6 creatures on the battlefield? Can we get a count?
Indeed, there are.
Okay, then it costs.
Is there? Are you going to pay the 2, or do I get to copy it?
You may copy.
Okay, great. In case
Wait,
there's
he's
anything
copying
that has
stuff?
persist. In case there's anything that has persist, I don't know.
Well,
what's
yeah,
on
I was
this
going to
board.
pop my shield counters off since you were going to copy it, so I figured I would sack the Selfless Spirit, so I'm not worried about any of that.
Wait, sorry. Can you explain to me what's happening with copying? So there's a second copy of that destroy spell going on the sack.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Got it. So no,
unless you're planning on countering this bin, in which case I won't copy it.
I mean, it's pretty bad for us if.
I mean, Alex and Marshall are both out of control, Ben. If you really want to keep your board versus 50 power from each of them, go for it. But
Alex, are you gonna
I
kill
can't
me on
stop
your turn?
you from countering it.
Am I going to kill you on my turn? No, I'm going to kill Marshall on my turn.
And then what? And then what after that?
I don't know. I'm
Well-
currently looking at a Revel in Riches and an old Gnawbone. I'm thinking of that first. I only have 1 card.
No,
in
I
hand.
mean,
Okay,
Ben, what is Alex going to do after he kills Marshall?
Oh.
You're saying a turn later?
Just make.
I mean, I just think that both Alex and Marshall have a lot going on, and I'm scared of it. I'm not scared of you. I'm not wiping the board because I'm afraid of that Lorsical, I'll tell you that. But
I know, but if you get rid of all of my card draw stuff, then like I have to play
you're stuck with only the 27 cards you have in hand. Can't believe it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Like a scratch token that you put something. They've done similar mechanics before for sure, but that is a cool one, like zombie touch.
I'm gonna sacrifice these 3 treasures, and I'm going to attempt to endless detour. Put that on the bottom of your library.
Well, I get to choose where it goes, but
What?
I'll put it on top.
Damn.
I'll put a +1/+1 counter on Old Gnawbone, and I will draw a card
Oh, I thought I got to choose.
from Vazi.
It's not nearly as good as I thought.
Still pretty good.
Okay. Alex, you got any flyers?
I do have a flyer.
Is it that angel?
Yes.
Anybody else?
I have no.
I have an Old Gnawbone.
No, sorry.
Right.
Alex, do you have anybody other than
Oh
the angel?
no. The angel is the only flyer I have.
Okay. I'm coming at you for 4 in the air. I'll drop.
You're coming when you
Yes,
attack.
attack you for 4. Whenever I attack with 1 or more creatures with counters on them,
You
draw a card.
Cool. Yep, that happens. You draw the board wipe.
Okay. Cast it.
Son of a gun. Shouldn't have even spent the mana.
So, Alex, do you have responses to the board wipe?
Well, I can. I just don't think it does anything and will not help. I don't think there's anything in this deck that will stop it. So me sacrificing things to cast them will just remove cards that I could play later. So I will do... I'm going to gain 2 life by sacking a treasure that's tapped to make a cat. And that cat entering the play gets me gain a life off of my friend. So I gain 2 life. And that's my response.
And
Yes,
Rigo
I guess when you
also-
grab...
Is Rigo's going to die because the shield counter doesn't matter?
If Marshall chooses to copy the spell, the shield counter will not matter. So I
Yeah,
guess
but
Alex
I'm not-
has had his response. Ben, it's your turn to respond. Or I guess the trigger's in the stack. I don't know.
Yeah, the trigger for Wandering Archaic is on the stack, which I don't know if I'm going to May it, because currently I think I kind of need Alex's board to get wiped. So,
I have no.
but
response.
Rigo is going to survive this, unless I copy it, which I don't feel like I need to.
Yeah, I mean, you copying it, all it does is kill Rigo.
Yeah, and I'm not about to salt on Ben that way. Do you have any responses, Ben?
Nope.
All right, I'll just activate Feign to remove 1 counter from Vazi and make another treasure. And then I think that's it. So how many creatures on each player's board dies?
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, so that gets me to 18 treasures. How many of your creatures died, Ben?
4.
Okay, so I'm at 22 treasures.
I thought Endless Detour was better. That card's not as good as I thought.
Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of flexibility out of it, but it's not just Vindicate, Counterspell, Split card.
Well, now Marshall's going to win with Rebel and Riches.
Well, I sure hope one of you can do something about it, because I can't. I did my best.
Your best.
I'll play Hopeful Initiate, who, if I had 1 more mana, would in fact deal with Revel in Riches, but here we are. Somebody made me spend all my mana. I'm done.
Draw a card.
Bless
Play a land. Ooh. Anyone have a 3-drop I want to kill?
we have to be able to stop Revel in Riches, otherwise we lose.
Yeah, so is there a 3-drop that me killing helps? I don't think so.
I have no 3-drops in play. Ben has a 3-drop. Oh, and Ben, your shield counter is gone, right? But Rigo's still in play, so that's a 3-drop. You kill Rigo.
Come on, man.
Marshall, you have no creatures?
Nope.
I destroyed them
just
all.
got wiped. I honestly will feel bummed if I win via Revel and Riches. I was really just wanted it to make the treasures.
Rigo is a 2/2,
Mhm.
and no one has any other 3-drop creature in play.
I do not. I have a 3-drop enchantment.
Let me do some.
Oh, isn't Denry 3-drop?
No, 4-drop.
Oh.
So I can do both.
2 white blue.
And that comes into play, and I make.
I will say, in defense of Vicoria, it is cool that they introduced ability counters, because I think that's one of the coolest innovations they've had in recent
That is a really good
years.
legacy for Vicoria, for sure.
That's another good one. Also, cycling. Just all the cycling cards are dope.
Yeah. There was a lot of cycling 1 in that set, which I think we may
Is a
have
problem.
learned is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I kind of.
I feel like.
One.
I feel like cycling
I mean,
2.
I need to do math, and we lost Marshall. So 5 times 3 is 15. Ben, do you have like a pump spell?
In my hand?
Yeah.
Why do you ask?
Because I can kill Marshall if you have a pump spell.
I don't.
No.
Oh.
I can do 18 damage.
That's a lot out of nowhere.
But it involves killing your commander, Ben.
I mean, it's not like...
Oh, does someone have a token creature? Is there a 0-drop creature in play?
No.
Yeah, I have no ability to...
I guess I'm just gonna bring him down.
I guess I do have the ability to flash in a different creature. It just would cost me these treasures, which seems stupid.
Oh, okay. So you can deal 2 damage to Marshall on your turn if I kill your commander?
You're saying if he'll have no creatures to block with?
He has no creatures to block with.
Yes, if you kill my commander, I can deal 2 to him on my turn.
Cool. I mean, he has a bunch of treasures, so he can like do something. But
Are we witnessing the Mark Rosewater red enchantment removal argument in real time?
I'm gonna play Boxing Ring. I'm gonna fetch with Arid Mesa, getting myself a good land of the mana that is good for purposes of.
The land with the mana that is good.
Yeah, just something that does something here, you know?
I thought Alex was making a remark about finding a land of color in his deck.
No,
like I thought you were making a joke about like a diversity in your deck because it's a land of color.
No, I would not make that joke. We are just confirming.
Going with what JJ is saying in chat about zombies turning other people, I do feel like with Decayed, because like Decayed zombies are like, they're valuable, but they're not like overwhelming, right? Like your opponent can never like build up so many Decayed zombies that you're like, crap.
They can. There were definitely times in Limited where your opponent would just have like 8 Decayed zombies and they would just alpha strike and you would die because that's 16 power.
I guess that's fair. It does feel like they could have printed a few zombies that were like, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a creature and that creature dies this turn, create a Decayed zombie.
I will play Jinnie Fey. Jinnie Fey enters play. She fights your commander, Ben, which your commander is a 2/2. Mine's a 3/3, so they fight.
Ooh.
We have to kill Marshall. This is the only way. I didn't want to do this.
I'll get a treasure.
I will then make a treasure with Boxing Ring. I will then sacrifice all 5 treasures to make 5 haste cats.
Hold on. I'm going to respond to you sacrificing. I'm going to respond by spending 5 of my treasures, and I'm going to cast Volcanic Offering.
Ooh.
Oh, this is a Marshall special.
What does Volcanic Offering do?
Volcanic Offering says destroy target non-basic land you don't control and target non-basic land of an opponent's choice that I don't control. I will destroy your. Nobody has any special lands, right? I'll just destroy one of your double lands.
I have a Pendlehaven.
I only have one green-white one. That's the only spell.
I'll destroy the green-white one.
Cool.
And then I will also destroy a non-basic land of Cass's choice. That is not one of mine.
Oh, I guess one of the white ones that Michael has.
And then I will deal 7 damage to Jinnie Fey. And Ben,
tapped one.
Ben, you can do 7 damage to any creature of your choice.
Do I have to deal 7 damage to any creature of my choice?
Yes.
It has to be one of mine.
What's your biggest creature?
Well, these 3 have shield counters, so you can remove the shield counter from any of them, or you can kill my 2/2 Thibblethip.
Got it. And then you have an enchantment there next to them.
So I'm gonna respond to this and make the other 4 cats, so I have 1 less cat. I have 1 citizen and 4 cats currently.
So, and now that the deal has changed slightly and I can no longer kill him, I'm gonna pull a succession and not go on my deal at all.
Wait, what deal did we make? Oh no.
Well, this is in response, so you can now kill a cat if you want. But
wait. Yeah, Ben, don't. We still have a chance to stop him. I would not lower those chances.
All right, fine, Michael. What's your best creature with a shield counter on it?
probably my commander.
Sure.
It also puts shield counters on all my other creatures when they enter the battlefield, as long as it has one. So.
All right, we'll do that. We'll get rid of that.
Ben,
okay, so then Jinnie.
I'm gonna use you as my token.
So then Jinnie gets torched.
Well, it's still in this. I'm making sure I can't decide to do something different. Okay, so I have 4 cats and not 5, and I have 1 citizen token that doesn't do anything. Okay, so Jinnie dies. Go to combat.
Mm-hmm.
I will populate one of the cat tokens. Use that as an example, and I will swing at you, Marshal, for
15.
15.
Yep, I'm at 5.
And the cat will die. And my turn. All right, Ben, can you make 5? Well, I mean, I think you should put a creature into play regardless.
Just a bummer because the treasures, I don't really want to use them in this way. It's not at all what I had in mind.
We lose
To prevent yourself from losing the game, you would rather lose the game than use your treasures?
Well, I don't know that I can kill him with what I was going to do.
Well, if you can't...
Well, either kill him or kill Revel in Riches, or kill all his treasure.
Fair. All right, fine.
Do one of those.
That's true. You are in blue,
Dasher.
white, and green. You are in blue, white, and green, so you are the colors best equipped to destroy enchantments.
Just use an endless detour on it.
Yeah, endless detour this shit.
All right, Sea Dasher comes down. End of your turn. I spend 3 of the treasures. My turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you could have flashed in the Sea Dasher Octopus, and I could have killed that instead. I don't know.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Why didn't you? That's exactly what I said. I have another creature I can flash in.
Oh, I didn't hear that. People were talking.
You're such a jerk.
Is it that different?
I don't have my commander right now.
Well, fair.
But your commander
Well, that
doesn't
Sea
innately
Dasher,
draw a
that
card.
Sea Dasher is going to draw a card,
Yeah,
and your
either
commander
way-
wouldn't have drawn a card.
Either way, you draw a card. Yeah, in fact, now you draw a card before you were not drawing a card. So you have the chance to try and do 5 damage to him here, or swing for 2 and hope you draw into an enchantment removal spell.
All right, Marshall, you have no blockers?
Nope, my board got wiped, and it's the reason I have all these treasures. I wasn't winning the game until Michael is the assist here.
I was gambling on somebody being able to kill Revel in Riches.
I may look
figured
like
two green-white decks here. Ben with 20 million cards in hand. Enough cards to spend an endless detour on me. Not enough cards to kill a Revel in Riches.
I can win. I can kill Marshall. That's what I mean to say.
I may look like a Michael Jordan, but I couldn't be here without Michael, who's my Scottie Pippen.
Killing Marshall is really all 3 of you worked together to have Marshall win. So,
or can I actually? Now that I think about it.
Well, if you can't, we lose. But if you can, we don't lose.
Not losing sounds good.
I don't know what happens beyond that.
All right, so I'm gonna play a Rejuvenating Springs. And then I'm going to tap 1, 2. And I'm going to cast a Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge is going to search for something.
Does he
man,
have Sword of Fire and Ice?
Marshal's got interaction, and it's all over. But
Well,
Marshall, how many cards do you have in hand?
I have 7.
Sword of Fire Ice does it. Anything that gives +3 plus anything that can equip for 5 does it, I guess.
Crafted war gear.
Loxodon Hammer.
I think that's 3 to cast, 3 to equip, though, in it.
Oh, you're
I
right.
got a Sword of War and Peace.
Ooh.
That'll do it.
What if I agreed to sacrifice treasures to get me below 10? Would you not attack me?
No, because your deck just gets lots of treasures and you have a Revel in Riches. This is my chance to kill you, which I think is probably the accurate thing to do.
I suppose. Man, Michael, you set me up.
Yeah. Look,
You played
I
Rebel
know.
Riches.
I knew
I've cut
that.
card
Well,
from
okay.
a lot
So,
of decks for this reason.
my plan was to vanquish and then play this hopeful initiate and kill it that way, right? But I mean, I guess I could have like tried this first, but then when my spell gets countered, I lose. But I had a plan to kill it, but then because Ben Endless detoured me and caused me to spend 2 more mana, I couldn't do both. So then I was like, well, I mean, I gotta go for it now, I think. There was no way I was beating your and Alex's board, even if I had 1 more turn. I guess I could have wiped the board with my 1 more turn, but...
Alright, I'm gonna
I think you could have let me kill Marshal and then wipe the board and hope that I didn't kill you at the same time as Marshal, which I don't think I have the capabilities of doing at the time.
Well, I wasn't rolling the dice on that.
Marshall, I'm going to...
You rolled the dice on us having an exactly enchantment removal spell or exact damage, though.
I got no
Felt
no
like
instance.
a better gamble.
So it triggers. So you go to 1, and then it triggers. I gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I'll draw my card first off the Sea Dasher so that I have 1 more card in hand. And then it triggers, and I gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 life. And you take the damage of the cards in your hand for...
Yep, I'm dead. I'm dead.
I go to 43.
Marshall, you did have 1 extra treasure, if that was relevant. I don't know if you got the one off of my populate token getting sacrificed.
Yeah, no. I guess I shouldn't have cast Revel in Riches, but...
That is like one of the reasons I cut that card is that you either win very unsatisfyingly or you become just instantly the arch enemy, and the best way to get rid of it is to kill you as soon as possible. Like
that's true.
It's like there's no fun either or. Now the new card is dope, but yeah, it's for some they made it black and white, so it's like not good in most decks.
Oh, the life insurance. Yeah, I think that card's cute.
Yeah, I love that card. It just it's only available in 10% of decks or whatever.
Alex, I'll attack you for 4 in the air. Draw?
Yeah, it's weird. My brain thinks Intangible Virtue gives flying because Lingering Souls tokens have flying, but it doesn't do that.
I will play Azorius Signet. And I guess I will say go.
The one really sick play that I didn't get to do that I was looking at was if I activate level 3 of Wizard class, whenever you draw a card, put a +1 from counter on target creature. I could have done that with the Blighted Agent and like a 14/14 Blighted Agent, like 1 turn. So I was thinking about
that. Would have been sweet. Yeah, you were just kind of choked on mana, so it was hard to level it up all the way.
I'll make a Awakening Zone. Classic Commander card. And then I I guess I get to populate. So anyone have a token?
I don't.
Creature? Cool.
Nope.
I will swing. Ben has so much life, but I don't want to make Ben my enemy. We work together. I feel like we're Gucci at the moment. I don't.
Closest we've ever been in a game of Commander.
I know this is great. I'm loving it. I'm loving the positive vibes we have going on. And Michael keeps attacking me with his flyer. Oh, how much damage did your flyer do?
4.
Cool. How many blockers do you have? You have like a lot of blockers.
I have 3.
I'm just gonna do nothing. Not having any cards in hand is fun. Go ahead, Ben.
Okay.
Just want you to know that I could have dealt 15 to you.
Could have 15 me?
Yeah, I didn't.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Also, if you let Sorum War and Peace me, literally you do no extra damage to me because I have no cards in hand.
It's fair. Yeah, Michael's. Well, also, it's a pro red-white, and Michael's got only white creatures other than Fibblethip, so if I can deal with Fibblethip, I can just get through, I think.
That's right. I also only have white and green creatures, but it's fine. White creatures or white-green creatures.
Actually, wait. Sword of War and Peacing you is just 4 damage, and I gain a lot of life. Why is that a problem? Is that bad?
No, just you're not getting as much value as doing damage to Michael.
Could you deal damage to me, though?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, sorry. All the cat tokens are just straight up green. I have blockers for days.
Got it.
I thought they were red cat tokens, but they are green cat tokens, which makes sense because the token is literally green that I'm looking at.
Michael, Fibblethip has a shield counter.
Nope, it's a +1/+1 counter.
So Fibblethip's
I'm representing the shield counters with the little pieces of paper with a shield on them.
And Fibblethip, if it dies, shuffles back in? Or?
Agreed, Carson. I think like the text will win the game.
No, it just, if it dies, it dies. If it becomes the target of a spell, I shuffle it in.
I think I'm fine with cards saying you win the game, but I think that they should say hoop you have to jump through, you win the game, and then that is it. They should not give you the tools to win the game with that hoop. They should force you to find ways to win the game. That does make them significantly worse than limited, but just make them rare.
I don't think that those cards are meant, for limited ever.
Yeah. At a minimum, if they do have something different that they do, have it have nothing to do, but like have it be like a mana elf that has a weird, if you own 30 elves, you win the game, or something like that, where it's like not related to the ability, kind of like Bergie's boast thing. Like if you have 17 creatures with boast, you win the game. Cool.
How many cards do you have in hand? How many cards do you have in hand, Michael?
I have 3.
Are you going to block with Fibblethip if I swing?
Yeah.
Stupid Fibblethip.
I also have an onboard way to destroy an artifact or enchantment.
Oh, you do?
I do.
I don't even care about the Sword of War and Peace. I just want to draw the cards off the Sea Dasher.
Well, I don't. Okay. I will block. And if you destroy my Fibblethip, that's fine. I will probably destroy your Sword of War and Peace. You'd still get to draw a card, though.
Good for you. Is your onboard way of destroying it is what?
Hopeful Initiate is I can pay 2 and a white, remove 2 +1/+1 counters from among creatures I control, destroy target artifact or enchantment.
And you have how many +1/+1 counters amongst your creatures?
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Interesting.
So I have the mana to activate it once, but I have the +1/+1 counters to activate it.
Okay, so Jinnie is dope. It needs ways to draw cards, I think, more than it has.
If it was a 2/2. Got it. Alex, and you want to just let me get in with a Sword of War and Peace on you, just for 4 damage?
No.
You want that to happen? So I can draw the card?
No. Why? I'm at the lowest life total currently.
Well, I just have this creature that needs to get through, and no one's helping me out. I don't know what you want me to say.
I also don't love you gaining a lot of life. It's not that I don't want that for you from somewhere else, but I don't feel like I should lose a creature or lose life to allow it to happen.
All right, fair. I guess we got to go a different direction then.
I saw the land blown up and my commander murdered for the good of the colony.
Michael, I'm going to pass your Swords to Plowshares, your shield guy who can destroy things.
This guy?
The plan.
Oh.
Get rid of the sword if you want. Do your worst.
Yeah, I'll get rid of the sword. I'll remove a counter from Fibblethip and the Initiate itself, and then it'll get swords. I'm gonna put this shield on my command.
Okay, so Fibblethip is 1/1 now.
Yeah.
And the sword is destroyed?
Yeah.
Yes.
You gain the life on the sword.
I do more like the drawback of you can't lose the game or you lose the game. Those are cooler.
Abyssal Persecutor is a really cool card.
Yeah.
Love that dude.
I love Abyssal Persecutor. I also love you just can't lose the game effects. Like I love Angel of or Platinum Angel. That card's really sick.
Book of Exalted Deeds.
Yeah.
All right. I think I am going to have to do something else. Guess I'm going to tap 1/2.
Like if Revel of Riches read everything that it has, and then you can't lose the game if you have 10 or more treasures, I think that's cool.
I don't think that's more fun though.
Well, you could just get rid of it, right? Like you have
But
time. But I guess
It's
yeah.
artifacts and enchantments that are hard to interact with. Like
Yeah,
Platinum
yeah.
Angel is an artifact and a creature, so it's
sure.
like a lot easier to interact with. Now, can people set up Platinum Angel boards where it's like really hard to kill? Of course, that's part of the challenge. But
Right. But you have to like work for it. That's fair.
I think Revel in Riches, if you're going to put that text on it, it should just end the game.
Yeah. What if it said
Like
your
why
opponents
make
can't,
people sit there?
Your opponents can't win the game.
Say that's identical text.
Well, no. If you
got
kill the
three
player
players.
with Revel the Riches, you win.
And 1 Raphage, and I'm passing. I'm not attacking.
They die. You have not won because there's 3 of you.
I'm done.
You're done. Oh, it's Michael's turn. Do I have a Scion token in this binder? I don't know if I do. It's not even a Scion. It's a Spawn. Yikes.
Alex, how many lands you got?
6.
Ben, you have 7 lands?
7 lands.
Okay. I will play Loyal Warhound. So it enters with a shield counter and a 1/1 counter, because my commander. And then when it enters battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than me, I can search my library for a basic lands put on the battlefield tapped.
Okay.
And I control 6 thanks to Volcanic Offering. That's kind of funny that we would all control 7 lands if not for Volcanic Offering.
Yeah. Ben caught up, and we just kind of kept chilling.
Then I will go to combat. I'll attack Alex for 4 in the air. Draw a card.
I do have less going on. That's fine.
Yeah, but Ben has a blocker. I mean, I guess I don't think he would block, but I also don't really want to trade my shield counter for his Neurophage, to be honest with you.
Fair. That's fair.
You don't want to risk it to see if you can get rid of your Neurophage before it gets gigantic?
Risk it for the biscuit.
See what I'll do, Michael?
Oh, sick. All right, I'll play my land for turn. It's Animal Sanctuary.
What does that card do?
It taps for a colorless. Or I can pay 2, tap, put a +1/+1 counter on target bird, cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake.
That card's sick.
Sick. He's coming out as strong with the Animal Sanctuary, Alex. You gotta be ready for any number of animals.
I could put a counter on any of those cats over there if I want. Or this cat. That's my commander.
I'd appreciate that. Or a dog if I were to make one.
I will pass, I guess.
Cool. I'm going to make a Porg as my Awakening Zone spawn. Draw a card for the turn. I'm then going, do I want my commander? I'm going to cycle this here Scattered Groves. Draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Turns out having no maximum hand size is epic. I've literally never, ever had that happen in any game of Magic I've ever played. I've never played one of those cards before.
There's a reason why Reliquary Tower is such a popular commander card.
I will pass the turn. Yeah, I play Reliquary Tower, and there's like a whole argument that it's overrated, and I tell those players that they don't draw enough cards. I'm done.
Okay.
As a person who doesn't have any cards, what's a good card draw effect in Naya that I should be playing?
One page. is a 2/3 now.
Shamanic Revelation.
Yeah.
Fan of that one. Or Collective, like Regal Force, Collective,
Oh yeah.
Unconscious, anything that's that flavor. I think Shamanic Revelation is the best one, but there's an argument for Regal Force if you're willing to pay 2 more mana to get a 5/5.
Yep.
Will net me 1.
Idol of Oblivion is a good one for you, but it's only 1 card per turn. I mean, not that that's bad, but
I guess I probably should play Halo Fountain in this deck.
Halo Fountain is probably not bad. You probably could also win the game with it.
Yeah. That was kind of what I was thinking. But I think
without too much difficulty.
Yeah, but it's like the plot, right? Like literally, Jinnie's storyline is preparing party to show off Halo Fountain, in which they win by having it.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't read the story.
Yeah. I listened to the YouTube channel that explains them more than read them themselves, but the story is relatively not beloved, which is fair. I don't have strong opinions on it because I didn't read it.
Yeah. I used to listen to the podcast
the
where they voice acted the story, but they stopped doing it.
Same. I've heard they might be thinking
when
of
they
bringing
stopped
it
having
back.
free stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now that there's free stories again, it would be nice, but they have to wrangle everybody, and I'm sure that they were not making very much money off of it. It was just Patreon money.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Triskaidekaphile, the 13 cards thing.
Yeah.
When you untap and the beginning of that trigger goes on the stack, can you draw cards in response to it?
What's the wording? What Triskaidekaphile?
The creature. If you at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. And ability of blue 3, draw a card. So upkeep trigger. Can you draw cards in response to the trigger, and then it checks, and whatever the resolution of the card draw is, that you win? Or yes, you can, right?
I believe so.
It's the same as any upkeep trigger, where the trigger hits the
stack. It's probably an intervening if, which means it won't trigger if you don't meet the Triskaidekaphile. Ugh. I don't know how to spell it.
Triskaidekaphile. It's okay. I just googled Trisk and then it came up.
Yeah, I guess I could just put Trisk into Scryfall.
I've learned how to search for things when you don't know how to spell stuff pretty well.
Okay,
actually.
so here's a ruling.
It does not trigger according to
an
the
official
Badger.
gather ruling. Yeah, Triskaidekaphile's triggered ability will trigger only if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand as your upkeep starts. If you have fewer cards in your hand, you won't be able to draw cards during your upkeep in time to cause the ability to trigger.
JJ Rosales, Goat is, I believe, actually helping Commander. I think it's pretty good. And then
yeah,
the Badger,
Goat's great.
The Badger also said basically the same thing. So yeah, does not work that way then, which
That's
makes sense.
That's why they just announced that like Goat is Commander Evergreen or something, right? Isn't that a thing they said?
Yes.
Somebody said that.
Yes. It is confirmed Commander Evergreen.
Yeah, so they're going to use it in probably pretty much every Commander product because it plays really well in Commander to force people to attack, because otherwise people will just sit back on their creatures a lot of the time, which is a lot of what was happening in this game, to be honest.
All right, I guess that's how it's going to go down. I guess we're going to go with a...
Hey, sorry, I was doing some check-in on the baby.
You're okay.
Oh, good, man.
And if you, Marshall, if you need to go for baby purposes, you feel free to say goodnight.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to play a Psychosis Crawler.
I think Commander shows would maybe do better in general, especially ones that like know they're not going to be going into a second game, to just like let guests venture away if they don't need to be on.
Yeah, I might dip here in a minute, but I wanted to check back in before I did.
You're good.
Play Maze of Ith. And we'll go into our attack step. And I'll come at you, Michael with a 1/1 unblockable, and Alex, you have no flyers?
I have no flyers. I have a Porg, but it's a 0/1 spawn token, so...
Well, I don't have any way to get through with the Sea Dasher, so I'm just going to come in with the 1 Raphage, which is a 2/3, and the Escape Artist, which is just a 1/1 unblockable. So, Alex,
I will take the 1.
2,
I take 2.
and Michael, you're taking 1. And
Marshal, be a little careful with sound you are making.
I'll play the Triskaidekaphile. Triska, whatever. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards in hand. So, no dice. I'm all done.
Okay. Oh, it's not my turn. I hope I draw a card that's good.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm after Ben. Ben, during your end step, I will put a counter on Denry with my Animal Sanctuary. It's just a safe place for cat editors to hang out. Editing his newspaper in the sanctuary, chillin', glass of lemonade. All right, I'll play an island.
Wouldn't it be
I
a glass
will-
of milk?
Yes,
He's a cat after all.
milk. That's true. I don't know if cats can actually eat lemons. I'm pretty sure dogs can't. So let's go with milk. I'll attack.
Got this Mazavith now.
I'll attack Alex for 4, I guess. I mean, draw a card. I'm really just attacking to draw a card, but I don't mind dealing 4 damage at a time to people. I will play Spirited Companion, which now comes in with a shield counter and 2 +1/+1 counters. Since it gets the same number and kind of counters as Denry, and I will draw. And I guess I will pass. I guess I could have put a counter.
Did you find any cool, interesting counters in Denry's colors to hopefully give to people?
There's not as many as I'd hoped, but we are seeing more ability counters. They're deciduous officially. I did check Mark Rosewater's blog to double check, but I was pretty sure because there are some randomly in Neon Dynasty. There's a Cap Attack Wrecker that gets a death touch, and then there's the Biting Palm Ninja that gets a menace counter.
Alex,
But there were none for this deck in there.
I'll draw for the turn.
But I was checking. I have a way to put Flying, Lifelink, Double Strike in the deck. I did Fate counter. I had Oblivion Stone to put a Fate counter, but it seemed really slow to play my commander. Then 7 mana to put a Fate counter on it.
I have a quick question, just rules question. How does Trample interact with shield tokens?
You assign, same as Indestructible, you assign lethal damage according to my toughness.
Okay.
And then the shield counter prevents it.
And then can you explain which creatures you have in play, Michael?
Yes. I have Loyal Warhound, 4/3 shield, Spirited Companion, 3/3 shield.
Wait. Sorry, hold on one second. Let me get away. This is a lot of info that I need to have written down to some extent.
My gosh, this is too much math. I thought math was for blockers.
I know. This is why I don't do math things.
Abolish the combat step.
I got it. I got a book.
Whoa, Ben, this deck that you made is all about the combat step. You're just using it to draw cards,
I was
but
speaking for Alex there.
All right, Michael. You have. What's the first thing?
4/2 shield.
4/2 shield. Okay.
3/3 shield.
3/3 shield. Yep.
Tapped. Do you care about tapped creatures at all?
No.
Skip that one. Next up is 4/4 shield.
Okay.
And a naked 1/1.
And a naked 1/1. All right.
Michael's got a good boy.
Any specific abilities amongst your creatures that are relevant to combat?
No.
Okay. You can give one of your creatures +1/+1 though.
Yes.
On board.
As long as they are a cat, a bird, cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake.
some of your
Which
creatures
three of my creatures
are one of
three of
those,
my
yeah.
creatures qualify. So
Okay. So
Do you want to
I
know what
also have a bunch of untapped mana and 4 cards in hand.
Oh,
for
Ben,
what it's worth.
I know what you have.
You know what I have?
I know what Ben has in play.
Oh.
Okay.
Is this where Alex tries to win the game out of nowhere?
No. It might be where I tried killing one of you out of nowhere, though.
Oh, I did include one of them. So, I also included Kindred Boon, which can put divinity counters on things and has the rules text, the divinity counters rules text, since divinity counters don't have anything inherent to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one of the Myojin from the set boosters. I could have played both, but they're 8-drops. I just did not want 2 8-drops in my deck. But it comes with an indestructible counter. So I can theoretically move that onto Denry, although it's a bit tricky. But
With like a resourceful defense or
yeah,
the
why not go
Ozolith.
for it, Or the Ozolith, or this card, this resourceful. Oh, that's what you're talking about. There's also a bird from this commander set. It's like a thrumming bird, but instead of proliferating, you get to pick a counter on one of your things and put a copy of it on something.
Mm.
Oh. Ooh. Okay, wait, let me redo the math. 27.
I'm trying to think of other cool counters. I was looking for them, though. I mean, that's the reason I wanted to build this, because I was like, it was either this or Parry the Pulverizer, because I like that they care about like non
Do you
plus
have
+1 counters.
do you
I thought that was unique.
Do you have that land that moves counters around?
I do. Nesting Ground. Yeah, that's
Oh.
another one. That's in
Oh,
here.
and I guess you could play Crystalline Giant and like move Crystalline Giant's ability counters around.
I did decide not to play Crystalline Giant. Maybe I should have. I guess it can get a hexproof counter. It's the only way to get a hexproof counter. I really wanted that hexproof counter, but the only card that makes it is Slippery Bog Bonder, which is green. Or
Okay.
Crystalline Giant.
So what I've discovered
Is
a murder has been discovered. Like, if I let both of you guys go at each other, you're just gonna kill me slowly because you're both attacking me with fires every turn. I guess I'm fine. I can't kill either of you. I guess I'll play Search the Premises and pass the turn. So whenever a creature attacks me or a Planeswalker I control, I investigate.
okay.
You investigate? Like, what are you doing? Tell me exactly what are you doing with
Yeah,
that thing?
I bring out my notebook, I get a pen, I start writing down power and toughnesses, I try understanding what's attacking me, get into its head.
Ooh. Michael,
out...
do you have this? I assume you have this Damning Verdict in your deck. This card seems real good.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Untap. I untap 4.
Yeah, I looked at all the cards that came in the commander deck to make sure I wasn't missing any of the good ones.
For sure.
All right, I draw a card. Onophage goes up to 2/3, and you guys each take 1 damage off the Psychosis Crawler on my draw.
But yeah, so there weren't as many cool counters as I had hoped, and even like a lot of the ones like Lifelink Double Strike, there's like one card that I think I have 2 cards that can put a lifelink token, one that can put a double strike. I think I have 2 that put flying. So like there's really not a ton of cards that do cool counters yet. But, we're seeing more ability counters with every set. I think this is like going to be a way cooler commander in 2 years and, potentially even cooler after that.
Yeah.
I also could have built this in a boring way where I just try and stack as many 1/1 counters on as possible. Because it copies the number. So if I could just put 10 1/1 counters, all my creatures enter with 10 1/1 counters.
I'm going to
but that didn't seem as cool to me, even if it's probably what I should have done if I wanted to win.
I'm casting Curiosity on Escape Artist.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast...
It is kind of cute that Denry is like Denry could be played a little bit like Go Wide Voltron that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, Spark Double is really good with Denry.
Oh yeah, Spark Double is in here for sure. I also have the one that enters as a copy, but it gets a shield counter. Undercover Operative.
Enter my
I would
attack.
have to like legend rule my own commander, but it's a way to get a shield counter on my commander, and then obviously it has flexibility because it's a clone.
Well, and I guess if you're playing, I guess you could theoretically also, it might be worthwhile to play Sakashima of 1,000 Faces in there.
Yeah, I decided not to, just because like one extra copy of my commander is like not. I don't know. I mean,
I'm going to enter my attacks. No, I'm not. I'm going to play Toski first. Then I'm
like
gonna...
putting 1/1/1 counter on my commander is as good as having a second copy. I guess the second copy doubles all the counters, and then you have double. That's cool, I guess. Maybe I
Yeah,
should
you
play
get two.
Sakashima.
You get two shield counters on each of your guys. Seems pretty good.
Toski comes down. Then I'm going to enter my attack step. We're going to go... Sea Dasher is useless because I can't get in on you, Alex, right? You don't have a... You have blocker.
So many blockers. With vigilance.
You have no flying blockers, though, correct?
We don't have to talk about that.
So I don't think I'm gonna do anything that crazy because yeah, well, I'll do something. All right, Michael, I'm coming at you with Escape Artist, ground, Psychos. Actually,
Escape Artist is unblockable, right? I kind of assumed that last time.
how big are you? Do you have? I have my Psychosis Crawler is a 10/10. Do you have enough things to block?
Technically, I have enough creatures to block. Yeah, I have 4 power with the shield, 3 power with the shield, 4 power with the shield, and 1 naked 1/1.
And they've got shields, so you would be able to wreck stuff.
Did we all lose the life from you drawing a card at the beginning of your turn?
I announced that. I don't know if you did it.
Yeah, I already lost the life.
I missed it.
Psychosis Crawler's not going to bother then, I guess. Probably better to just... Alex, do you have 10 power you can block with?
Yeah.
So then, yeah, what we're going to do is Wonderphage is going to... And Escape Artist is going to go Michael, and I do have a Toski. So, triggers. Do some triggers.
I get 2 clue tokens. Or I get 1 clue token, because you attack me with 1 creature.
Cool. So you are taking 3 in the air, Alex. Michael, you're taking 1 on the ground.
Yep.
And I am going to trigger first Toski. So I'll draw. So that's each of you loses 2. Then I'm going to...
Well, you trigger the commander. Oh, your commander's on in play. Never mind. Shut up.
So first I trigger Toski. I drew 2. You guys each take 2. Then I will trigger the Escape Artist ability. So... or the Curiosity is what I should say. So I draw, so you lose 1 more. Yeah, I guess that's it, because I get the...
Did you get all the counters on your Neurophage for those draws?
I didn't. So Neurophage is now going to be a 7/8. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 cards in hand. I will end my turn. Leaving open.
All right, friends.
Good night, Marshal.
I've got to run. It's my time to take care of the baby now. So.
All right, buddy.
So for everyone, please follow Marshal on all social media. He is Marsh Unfocused, and send him love in comments of videos edited by him and his team when the episode comes out tomorrow.
And I want to make clear one with it. Goodbye, Marshal. Congratulations on the child.
Oh,
nice
thanks.
To see you. Or hear you at least. I have 13 cards in hand, and Triskaidekaphile is on the battlefield, just as a reminder.
So you win during your upkeep.
Yes, on my upkeep, unless Triskaidekaphile gets killed or something is returned to my hand. Or
sure. Okay. Michael?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Sorry. I put a counter and then I untap. Draw.
The less blockers that Ben has?
Alright, I will cycle Avian Oddity, and when I cycle it, I get to put a flying counter on target creature I control.
Okay.
Gotta make some flying counters here. I'll put it on Denry. If that wasn't obvious. Can I draw a wing? Let's see. Well, they kind of look like tentacles, but they'll have to do. Or a whale tail, maybe? Okay, draw from the cycle. Interesting, interesting. I don't have enough mana to do this, but I will attack Alex for 4 in the air. Draw.
Wow. I make a clue token.
Where's your draw coming from on these attacks, Mike?
Metropolis Angel, this card, the 4/2 flying with a shield counter currently. It says whenever you attack with one or more creatures with counters on them, draw a card.
Ah, I see. Indeed.
I will play Angel of Sanctions.
Ooh, which card is that?
It's a 3/4 flying. When it enters the battlefield, I may exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield.
You don't say. When it enters play, that's when you do it?
Yep. And it will be entering with a shield counter. That affects your decision making.
How much mana do you have untapped after that?
2. And I have not played a land. Angel of Sanctions also has Embalm for 6. I can exile it from my graveyard to make a token copy for 6. But it's unlikely that I'll have 6 mana this turn.
So that doesn't help there. Interesting. I guess. Sure, because I'll go down to, if I respond, I'll go down to 12 cards anyway, so yeah, sure. All right.
Yeah, I'll exile the Triskaidek file.
It's exile.
And this enters with all the stuff, and I will be done.
I will sacrifice one of the clues to draw a card. I will untap. I get a spawn token. I draw a card for the turn. Okay. Get a land. The Psychosis Crawler is not my favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 7. 7.
Oh, I forgot to play land. I'm going to play Untapped Hallowed Fountain. Take 2.
Just gain life, I guess, off of stuff.
Do you still have untapped creatures, Michael? You do, right?
Yeah, I have a bunch. I have 5 total untapped creatures. Kind of holding up some blockers for Alex, because he was doing a lot of math earlier, which scared me.
Angling. He's angling for something big.
Might be. He's also asking about Trample, so maybe he has a Craterhoof Behemoth. But, I mean, I guess... I don't know if my creatures will save me from Craterhoof Behemoth. We'll see. I did just put 7 toughness onto the board, though. That's not bad.
What's your total flying power, Michael?
Power or toughness?
Power.
10.
10.
I just played one. Oh, my commander flies now too. I kind of forgot that. I might have attacked with it. 15.
15. Okay, so I'm just straight up dead if you want to kill me on my turn. So just doing nothing doesn't get me there. Can I create flyers in any way? Do any of these cards create flyers? None of them create flyers. Okay. But if you kill me, then you have to fight Ben by yourself, which I also don't think you want to do. hopefully.
It's interesting that they have not printed a lot of variations of Psychosis Crawler. Anytime I've ever looked for an effect like that, I'm always like shocked at how
little options there are.
Yeah, it's true.
But I mean, I think it makes sense because there are so many aggressive card draw effects, and like.
I mean, Quasar is the newest one, but it's 3 colors.
I could see them putting it on a more expensive creature, but I don't think doing it on anything really much cheaper than 5 would be.
Yeah, well, Quasar is a 4-drop. It's just a 3-color 4-drop.
Okay, I'm gonna move to combat. I'm gonna make a Porg token or Spawn token. I'm gonna move to my second main phase. I'm gonna use both of the summoning sick Spawn tokens to cast my commander. I am then going to cast Prosperous Innkeeper, who is going to come in, add a cat token.
What card is Prosperous Innkeeper?
You gain 1. It's whenever a creature enters the battlefield under his control, he gains a life, and when it enters the battlefield, he gets a treasure token.
Does anyone have a 2-drop?
I have a Fibblethip.
I have an Escape Artist, a Stoneforge.
Oh, all my creatures only get +1. Only tokens get +1/+1. So I don't. Oh, 3-drops. 3-drops. Oh, there are 3-drops.
Sea Dasher Octopus.
I will fight your Sea Dasher Octopus with Jinnie Fey.
How big is Jinnie Fey?
She is a 3/3.
You want me to use that pump spell now on my creature and kill your commander? Is that what you want?
I would really prefer not. I'm just doing it to gain a life.
You wouldn't let me deal 2 to you just to draw a card, would you? All right, fine. Sea Dasher's dead.
I don't know if you have a removal spell. I'll make another cat and gain another life. And I will...
Boxing Ring is a cool card.
Yep, it is a cool card.
I'm actually a big fan of that. And it's like moderately flavorful too, because your creature has to be in the same weight class as theirs.
Yeah, I like it.
It's like a little bit of a stretch, but like it's enough that I figured it out.
Yeah. I think it is really good. I'm done. The flavor is like really strong. I agree.
Yeah. I like that.
Are you all done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Untap.
Kind of at Michael's mercy, but I'm done.
Well, I think you're... Well,
Draw.
are you dead on Ben's turn?
Maybe.
I think you're dead to a Neurophage swinging at you.
I draw
Neurophage?
first. A Neurophage.
Yeah, his big flying octopus that he's been beating you with.
I am drawing.
Yeah.
Neurophage now goes up to 8
Fair.
power. And you also each both lose 1 off the Psychosis Crawler.
Oh, I may just be dead already.
Alex,
Yeah,
where
I
you
think
at?
you're dead to Ben. I don't know if there was anything you could do about it. I mean, of course, I don't know what's in your hand, but
Yeah.
it seems like you were in a tough spot. You needed either flying blockers, a lot of life gain, or to like even killing one of us. I think you still would have lost.
I could have king made you. Is basically where I was at. I had exacties to kill Ben, but if Ben,
How could you kill Ben but not me? I'm at 23 and he's at 43.
I will explain later. Now, Ben, if you don't
Okay.
kill me, I can use those powers for good and protect you from Michael.
Okay, will I survive 1 more turn?
I will not kill you if you don't kill me.
I can work with that. I can work with that deal.
I will try not to kill you as well, Michael, but just I would like to live.
You'll try not to kill me?
It's one of those situations where if Alex just turns on his word and kills one of us, he's like, sorry, game's over.
I, for the record, have never gone back on a deal on this stream once.
I am going to play Curious Obsession on Escape Artist.
I'm a big believer in letting people believe you.
I'm going to play Curious Obsession on Escape Artist. Michael, you have enough power to block and kill my Neurophage, don't you?
In the air? Yes. Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I have these 2 flying creatures with shield counters that are big enough.
Make him have it, Ben.
These
Don't
2.
be a coward. You can also swing in with your 9/9, and then he has to deal with 2 giant things, and he might block your big thing, but then you get your win condition back with by him blocking your flyer if you can kill it.
I'm going to play a land. Then I'm going to 6. Reasonable. The best, but reasonable. Sure. We'll go in for attacks. And I guess this time it looks like, Alex, you're not going to take any damage. And 1.
Thanks, buddy. If you want to attack me with like your 1-drop creature that is unblockable or whatever, or 2/2, I'll take.
Well, I think now, actually, and even having my actually worthless now. Well, it's not worthless. It's more cards, I guess, but it's not that many cards. Stoneforge would just die. Sure. I guess I'll cast my command. It's fine. 5. I will cast my commander. And I will enter my attack step. Toski has to attack, so Toski's going to go at... It's indestructible, so it doesn't matter. Sure, Toski will go at you, Michael. And so will Escape Artist. And that trigger... Toski will trigger... Actually, you know what? Stoneforge will come as well. I want to... but it has to be different players, so Alex, Stoneforge will come at you.
Okay.
So I triggered Toski and Stoneforge on attack.
Toski's combat damage.
No, but for Rigo.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I will block the Stoneforge Mystic with a 1/2.
So first things first, on the realist. You guys both lose 2 life off of the Psychosis Crawler.
In response, before that, I actually investigate and gain a life. So I'll lose 1 life.
Okay. So that's before damage. Then we go to blocks. You said you block Stoneforge?
Yes, with a 1/2.
Okay, so they bounce off each other. Toski and the unblockable are coming at you, Michael.
I'll just take it.
So you take 2 off of the unblockable, and you take 1 off of Toski.
Yeah.
And that means I get... Toski is to a player, right?
Yeah.
To a player. So then Toski, so I draw 1, 2, 3, 4 cards?
Yeah, I count 4.
4 cards, so you guys both lose 4?
And Neurophage gets huge.
4 additional, or including those first 2?
4 additional. Oh yeah, no, Neurophage I haven't put any on. Neurophage 6, so... Neurophage is a 14 power creature now. Alright, and I think that's that. So I'm going to end my turn. 6, 7, 9.
I guess the tokens I'm making now, I want to make the dogs, actually. I'm going to say that investigate then that I did as a dog token. Doesn't really...
End step, I will play Contractual Safeguard. Choose a kind of counter on a creature you control. Put a counter of that kind on each other creature you control. I will choose Shield.
4 Cocos are 3/1 dogs.
I don't know what that means. Oh, that little fellow. Okay.
One good boy.
Sorry, I gotta make a bunch of shield tokens. I wasn't. I should have been prepared for this play. I know that's the problem.
That Sword of War and Peace was big money.
I know. You just got 1 hidden, but you gained like 20 life.
It killed Marshal, and it gained me 17 life. Yeah.
Okay. We are shielded over here.
I never play Sword of War and Peace, but I did feel like it was one of the cooler adds to the big draw all the cards deck.
I will play a Plains. I will go to maybe before we go to combat, I will play Cleansing Nova, an attempt to destroy all creatures.
Attempting to destroy creatures, are you? I will exile Mystic Remora and force a negation that.
Okay. Well, that's that. I will attack. Alex, you are at 5. If I attack you, you will make some sort of domesticated animal that will gain you 1 life.
Yes. Or just be able to draw a card. I can just let it be a clue. I would rather you didn't
Moral of the
attack
story
me.
is Alex eats his dogs.
I will not be killing you.
Well, you also won't be killing Ben.
That's true. I won't be doing anything on my next turn.
I don't want to find out what you're going to do on your next turn.
I'm making the same deal to you that I'm making to Ben, though. I just survive.
No. We need to end the game.
Can you kill Ben?
It's
I can
time
help
for
kill
the
Ben
game
eventually.
When? You're going to promise him every turn, don't kill me in the air, or I'll...
No. I needed one.
I'm going to attack you
going
for 6.
to die on my turn.
I'm going to attack you for 6.
Attack me for 6?
Yes.
Alright. So, can I deal with that?
Oh, and I'll draw off my Metropolis Angel.
Great. So before anything happens, I will sack this clue to see what I draw.
Yep.
Not a card that's worth anything. I think I just die.
Well, you're dead on my turn just to the Psychosis Crawler off of just the attack step draws.
He gets another turn to gain life off the Innkeeper, though.
I get a lot of life on my turn.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What is Innkeeper?
I am dead, so...
It gains a life whenever a creature enters the battlefield under his control.
Oh, okay, so he'll gain a bunch of life.
Yep.
Oh, I guess I'm investigating off of your thing, too, so I would have...
Oh, but Alex is just about to die?
No, I'm dead. I'm just straight dead.
Okay. You are dead. I will play... Yeah, sure. I will play Kindred Boon. As it enters the battlefield, I will choose Cat. I can pay 2 to put a divinity counter on target creature of the chosen type, and creatures with divinity counters I control are indestructible. Oh no, sorry. Any creature with the divinity counter on it is indestructible. So I can make cats indestructible. Cats that I control. I'm done.
Why Cleansing Nova? Because it gets everything?
Yeah. It seemed like I was willing to pay 1 more mana for that effect over Wrath. It's a little more interesting.
How many flying blockers do you have? Several.
Ooh, bless you. I have 1.
Thank you.
Which one?
Oh, sorry, 2. My commander as well. Metropolis Angel and my commander.
Let's see.
They both have 2 shield counters on them now, so
Well,
they
it's a
can
lot of- it's a lot of
survive
shielding.
2 instances of damage or being destroyed.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Roughage goes to 14. I draw a card. You lose a life.
Ouch.
Sure. This correctly. 9. Let's go with a... Wait. Then let's go with a... 16. You're at 13? Do you have any ability to gain life at instant speed that I can see?
Nope. Am I going to die to Seagate Restoration or something here?
What card is Seagate Restoration?
It's the it's an MDFC, one of the mythic MDFCs that can enter untapped if you pay 3 life, and then so that's one side of it. land enters untapped if you pay 3 life, taps for blue, and then or at 7 mana, draw cards equal the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game.
Interesting. I was looking at this card in my hand called Seagate Reborn. It's a land, so.
Oh.
Seagate Restored.
Ah, that's the one. Okay. How many cards do you have in your hand?
1, 2, 3, 6, 7. I am tapping 7 for it. I have 1, 2, 6, 15 cards in my hand.
16?
15. So I would be drawing 16, yes.
Okay, so I would need to gain 3 life
4
if
life.
I want to live.
4 life. Because you're at 13, I'm 16.
Yeah, right. I will Swords to Plowshares my own Loyal Warhound and gain 4.
How big is Loyal Warhound?
4, 2. 2 shield counters.
I will counterspell.
I am dead.
Game, set, match.
R.I.P. I had the Infect +1/+1 and Trample card.
Oh, Triumph of the Horde.
Yes. So
okay.
I could have at different times killed either of you, but then would have immediately died. So it was
Yeah.
So it's just like, and like, well, there was a second where I like thought I could kill Ben earlier, and I maybe would have just done that out of spite. But the populate token happens at the beginning of combat, so can't take advantage of the Infect +1/+1. So like, I could have killed you then, and then Ben just straight up would have killed me, or I could have. Hey. We got a raid. Oh, I was in the restroom.
Oh, thank you for the raid.
Heroes
We're
and
actually just wrapping up the stream, but we'll send you somewhere when we're done with our post-game discussion.
Yes. But otherwise, I really liked this deck. There was like a lot of really cool stuff it was doing.
Yeah,
that was fun. It needs.
You made a lot of tokens really quick. Like after I wiped your board, you like immediately had 5 cat tokens.
I think it needs like a little better resistance to the ward being wiped or ways to draw more cards, but I think that's not hard to accomplish.
I'm a big fan of Flawless Maneuver.
Yes, yeah, that's a good card.
I have a few like make all my stuff indestructible in this deck because I think this deck is really vulnerable to board wipes. The shield counters help. The fact that like I have a handful of ways to put shield counters on stuff, but I felt like I also wanted more, so I had the Selfless Spirit that you saw. I had Flawless Maneuver. I have the one that like if you cast it during your main phase, everybody gets a 1/1 counter. That seemed like a relevant effect, and if I'm going to play one of the 3 mana ones, might as well be the one that puts counters.
Yep.
There was one in this commander set that I think is like make X 1/1s. Your creatures are indestructible this turn.
Yes, there is. It's white.
White X.
Yep. That card's sick, actually. Oh, I should just play that card in this deck. I'm playing
because even just like end step, I make 7 cats. Untap, kill you is like a pretty relevant play. But the fact that it doubles as like make my guys indestructible for 2 mana is pretty strong.
I'm already playing also the 1 mana. I'm playing Secure the Waste, so it's just an easy upgrade.
Oh yeah, for sure. 1 more mana to do all that seems really strong.
Yeah. That's like an easy switch out.
I was pretty happy with Rigo overall.
Yeah, that was sick.
The deck definitely is pretty like one-dimensional in terms of what it's doing, and I think I could stand. I think there was like a handful of cards that I like needed to have that aren't in here. Like, I need Rogue's Passage in this deck. I need a way to get Rogue's Passage into play. I need
to try and get through with your like Psychosis Crawler big dudes.
Because like I think about the fact that I had at given times in that game like 22 23s and like 18 19s that were just sitting there to doing nothing. Like those creatures need to be representative of like I win the game. And with all the card draw, I mean it's nuts. Like they grow from 2/2 to 8/8 10/10 15/15 really fast. But if I can't attack with them, then it doesn't matter. So
is there like an easy way to give them flying? It feels like giving stuff flying in your deck is like relevant in other ways. I don't know. I think Rogue's Passage is fine.
Yeah,
it's a little expensive. I often personally try and look for something cheaper to do that effect, but or something that like has another effect.
Let me save the deck that's on my phone for the Jinnie Fey deck, so I can look at my save to local Jinnie Fey. Manage.
Is there a planeswalker? Is there like a blue-green planeswalker, like a blue-white planeswalker that has creatures
are unblockable? Venser lets you do that. It's Venser.
Yeah, it's Venser.
But 5-mana
creatures are unblockable this turn.
I don't know. I might like Rogue's Passage more than Venser since you don't have a lot of use for the blink.
Yeah, Rogue's Passage would be better there, but there's definitely relevant
random
ways.
I played Stormcaller's Boon in this deck.
Yeah, that card's sweet.
Cascade, I could probably give all things flying. I also just like the archetype of imagination. Creatures you control flying, creatures your opponents control lose flying. And can't
I was gonna say that card's good. I was gonna say what I could probably do is go a little heavier into equipment package, Stoneforge Mystic thing. And I could probably have some pieces of equipment that make my creatures unblockable, or that's probably the easiest way to do it.
And like finding the right sword would make your creatures unblockable, right? Like if you grab Feast and Famine, you're unblockable to Alex pretty much, and if you grab War and Peace, you were unblockable to me. So a lot of the time, the right sword will do the job if you have like a couple of them.
I have 2 of them in there right now. Yeah.
Are you playing Godhead of Awe?
No, all the creatures get are 1/1s.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, it is, because all my stuff they're either 1/1s or they have
counter. You want your creatures to be 1/1s, and you can just like wreck your opponents. Also,
and like making your Oniraphage or Chasm Skulker or something a 1/1 is fine. Making your Psychosis Crawler a 1/1 is more problematic, I guess, but that's like the only one.
Psychosis Crawler's not really in there to attack them.
Yeah, it's there to people.
Well, there's 2 parts of this discussion, because we're talking about cool cards for your deck, but we're also in that discussion we were talking about how do we make Psychosis Crawler unblockable. So
I am playing Shabraz, yes.
Okay. I was going to start going dude.
Yeah, Shabraz. I think I'm playing all of the creatures that get 1 big each draw.
Are you playing Mirror Entity?
Yes, I stole some of your ideas. I'll be honest. You sent me your list, and I took about 8 or 9 of my favorite cards.
Yeah, sweet.
And I thought Mirror Entity was pretty clever. I liked that. You know what card I am playing in here that I think is really cool is Jolrel, the 2/2 for 2. 2/3.
Oh yeah, I love that card.
Makes tokens, and then those tokens scale up.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like really good in this deck, I think. And like, obviously
because she like makes all your creatures equal the number of cards in your hand, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's insane. Damn, that card is good.
That's one of
I'm a big fan of Jolrel. And if like somebody doesn't have blockers, she can get in for a Rigo hit. She's a 1/2. Like on turn 3, right? You play her turn 2, Rigo turn 3. You can attack with her if somebody doesn't have a blocker and immediately get a cat and a card.
How do you spell her name?
Pretty strong.
Jolrael, I believe.
Jol.
Yeah.
Jolrel. Yes. Okay.
I definitely forgot that card existed, but I played her in like a homebrew standard deck that I played on Arena a little bit.
Yep.
Oh, I'm playing Mordenkainen. That card's so sweet in this deck.
Oh, with the big dogs.
Yeah, that's like really insane in this deck, because on its own it pluses obviously just to draw, but then like it minuses just make me giant monsters.
Yeah, and you can make they're not legendary, so you can make 2 of them. Like you can play Mordenkainen and just back to back big dogs.
Yeah, Forbid obviously is really good in this deck. I think everything else is pretty standard. Tameo I mentioned, Shabraz. Playing Wargate, I think it's pretty clever.
Well, you get to play Wargate, and then, Bant is not exactly... I mean, one of the reasons I was excited to play Rigo and Jinnie was that, like, I'm not in love with my Bant or Naya decks that I have currently, so this was, like, a cool way to try something new.
I'm playing Horizon Chimera. You guys know this card?
Yeah, gain a life every time you draw a card.
Seems pretty good in this deck.
Well, this is a pretty good limited card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a flyer, like, obviously, and once the deck gets going, if I'm getting 4 life a turn, seems like a pretty hard way to lose. Like flashes in too, so like end of turn, it's like you think I'm dead, and then like you don't. And it's, that's
Well, and yeah, it's a bend deck, so you obviously have a bunch of instant speed interaction, so it's good to have some instant speed threats to go with it.
It's to the point at this point now with Magic that when I actually think about playing or like building a deck, and I imagine building something that doesn't have instant speed interaction is like a major focus, I don't think I like would play I don't think I'd ever play a deck that doesn't have like at least 50% of the cards in the deck have some kind of interaction. I feel like I would feel like naked. I like wouldn't know how to play the game.
Yeah, I ended up cutting a bunch of interaction from this deck at the end, but I still had, I feel like I was definitely affecting the board.
All right. Well, sounds like we're wrapping up.
I think that is it. So first off, thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you so much for the raids, Kuratsuki. I can look up the exact people that did this. Bobby, Christine, and Affinity for Artifacts, Olivia, and I'm assuming, I think it was specifically because Olivia's at the Sign in Blood event, Logan. Thank you everyone for hanging out and watching. It was great having you all. I hope you had a fun time. We do this every Monday night. Commander, I'll probably play either Jinnie Fey or my version of Rigo next week. I'm back. And then make sure to check out the podcast. We do a podcast every Tuesday. It's called The Masters of Modern, the MM Cast. We talk about everything, including Modern. It's normally through Modern Lens. This week we're actually talking about Commander Legends and the new set coming out, plus the future of Magic for the rest of this year, as we got the schedule on Monday or on last Friday. So definitely make sure to check that out. It comes out on youtube.com/TheMMCast or any podcast app location. Also, Kingfisher Games, we talk about the 40K product on that stream, and I recently released a TikTok about the Commander that was previewed, so check that out as well. I'm on TikTok making Magic content all of the time. I don't know anything about 40K, so you've then said a bunch of words that I don't know the meaning of, but I also, for you, am hoping that old One Eye in the Tyrannoids is in the Tyrannoids precon. 40K and Star Trek are my two big nerd holes. I've put so many nerd content things in my brain, and these are the places I know nothing. Second off, thank you so much, Michael and Marshall and Ben, for joining as always, as being part of this crew. You guys are great. Is there anything you want to shout out before we do final raids and sign-offs?
I would be shouting out my TikTok, but I had my second TikTok account killed now, so just sad. But on the note of things that are not sad, I am going on the road. Playing 11 shows over the course of the summer. Those of you that know that I play music, looking forward to it. First one's in Columbus in 3 weeks, and otherwise I'm playing all throughout the summer. BenBatemanTour.com, check it out. I'd love to meet you. All of the shows are going to be like kind of one-on-one, little very intimate hangouts, so I look forward to seeing you guys.
All
right. I don't really have anything to shout out, but go do the stuff the other people said.
And we are going to raid Veggie Wagon. Make sure to give him a follow as well. We'll talk to you guys all next week.
Bye.
Oh, cool. Okay, that sounds like a really cool way to mechanic Kingfisher Games. We will be back, but if you want to tweet at me more about it, you can tweet at me. Rating now.